It's actually the exact same on Gridlock, where it's Aches the one spotting for information. Finds a couple players, and then his team rat back. There's number one, and there's a hit marker. Aches is tougher than most of us.
And that's what I was worried about, right? You saw Crowder snipe in the first search, and sniping for that opening pick. Very strong. What's interesting is he also is the bomb carrier here for FV, so he's going to try and get that down, and now it's going to be so hard for him to back away, but luckily he has the support of Zuma. Crowder's still going to be there. Manages to at least take one down with him and finds himself a stop. Goes for the second challenge, shut down. Teammates firing over his shoulder. 3 versus 2 in favor of FaZe.
And Priest is going to be so tough for Envy to deal with. He can flank if he wants to waste time, and his teammate's going to be able to call out, but they're just going to call out dead because they're getting the kills, but Attach doesn't get the second, so the flank does come in. A very solid round right there.
I think the important thing that happened in that round was after Replay's bomb, he had Zuma covering him on the bomb as well. Zuma trades out, and Replays still with nothing but the Mozu finds a kill, also managed to get a ton of damage down onto the second. Played that perfectly.
And it was tough to tell. I think it was Silly that kind of tossed the stun in to get the check. If that only hits one player, if he doesn't get the information, oh, surprise, you got a second player there. But, you know, who knows what happened in that situation from every single perspective. But again, pretty solid round for FaZe, and that's even when you're getting hit markers with the sniper.
I'll be curious to see if maybe anyone from Team Envious wants to
counter
with the sniper. We're seeing here from Crowder. All right, you're getting. Oh, okay.
That's a good angle.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good angle. So yeah, first blood in there for Crowder.
It does help if you don't like getting hit markers. You just shoot him in the face and you take him down. And it's also a great way to kill somebody. Just use a cluster nade. Land it right on their feet. They're gonna die. You got the 4v4 now. Of course, Zuma doing what he does best, working on the flank.
Again, the important part here, Zuma in the flank, but it's Crowder with the sniper rifle who just delays and spies his teammates so much time. Zuma gets his life traded out. Now Method's attacking from the stairs. What's he gonna spot? 3 versus 3. And be looking to tie things up again. So yeah, sneaky beaky light coming from the vents. Finds one, 2v2, 24 seconds left on the clock, and if Silly falls here, App's in a whole different world of pain.
They're just staring at him.
He's defusing the bomb. App's gonna have to win the gunfight. Oh, and that's the problem. Silly falling there was the worst thing that could possibly happen to App. There's obviously 2 ways out. You're not gonna wrap all the way through the mid-map from vents, and it left App in a horrible position. Could he have pre-fired the bomb? Maybe, but at that point, he still has to try and find the second kill, and there was enough time for him to just hop on the bomb.
And it had no impact on the round, but it's strange, so I'm gonna point it out. I'm pretty sure Zuma didn't have dead silence that round. It at least sounded like he was much louder than he normally is. It sounded loud. So I don't know if that's the case. It had 0 impact on the round, but that's just crazy if that's true.
Yeah. From FaZe, I think on the attacking side, we saw a B hit round number 1, where Bomb went down and was successfully defended. It's like Bomb, a similar way. Aches, the same as before, the man scouting for the info.
He's picking a new angle, though. He's trying not to get sniped this time. He's not going to trust just getting hit markered every round. And it's going to be Zuma he's dealing with. Doesn't quite find the kill. And he does get out with his life, but
are you sure about that?
It does slow down the push. Now he goes back to the place where Replay shot him, or Crowder, excuse me, shot him last time. Still though, no one has fallen. Concussion gets burned.
Crowder hits these. Told you.
Just shoot him in the head.
Yep, that just makes life so easy. Zuma on bomb as well.
From
above. 5 versus 3. Advantage FaZe. And be looking for a pick desperately. And Zuma's just gonna sit there, so thank you very much. Maybe a bit of a needless push there. Of course, bomb now will be being planted. 4 versus 2. Almost impossible here for Envy to try and push through the front. Crowder will go down. It's Hook that wants the challenge. And Hook feeling himself getting a little aggressive here.
Doesn't quite get the kill, and of course, Priest is working on the flank. So Envy, they're going to have to surge forward, and they're going to try what they can, but Priest is going to be there. Again, the same strategy they used before on offense. He waits for his teammates to say, hey, they're pushed up, they're near the bomb, the pressure's here, we need you now. Shows up, gets some free kills. Pad those stats a little bit.
Crowder again with the snipe. Aches tries to play a similar angle, and like I said, Crowder doesn't miss those snipes.
And he waited for it too. I don't think Zuma had the information. He had a dip away when he was one shot. He didn't see Aches slid back. That's just Crowder making the read. He knows what's gonna happen later on in these rounds. It's a common spot. He had the patience to find those kills, and FaZe looking great so far in this game 5.
They're really starting to run away with things here. 3-0, the advantage. As Envy go back on the attacking side. It looks like they want to go for a B hit, but there's plenty of FaZe clan resources here ready and waiting to defend.
super deep trophy they put in as well, or shallow, I guess would be the better way to say it. I don't know if that's going to have an impact, but worth keeping in mind. Envy, all these players stacked up. They have one guy watching the flank. We know Priest has been doing it time and time again.
And you wanted to ask about Zoomer's dead silence. Does not have it.
Very loud.
Loud indeed, but the question's still does hit. Now he's going to try and push for Team Envious. They have to back away. Time is against them here, though. Do bear that in mind. They are on the attacking side. He's getting the bomb down. 45 seconds left. Priest made one shot. Kill not going to come through. So we're still ready and waiting on the B bombers. Envy just dancing around as of yet. Still waiting for the first play.
I mean, how do you break through? You got guys on bomb, guys in the hallway. Methods just posted up in the back. And if you try to break through, which Envy is starting to try to slip through middle map as Method is winning the kills. Priest has been here the whole time. He found one. He gets a second. He gets his streak before he gets dropped, but they'll take the round win. Unless Silly can do the impossible. 1v4, 15 seconds left. Can he do it? No,
definitely cannot. And that's just Envy lingering around, waiting for that first pick, waiting for the first put to come through, and it just doesn't come.
And I guess the plan was they were kind of turtled up a little bit. They threw out that first concussion. That was going to be the opening move, but what does FaZe have waiting next to all their players? They have the trophy there. It takes it down. They're perfectly safe. They're on every head glitch in the book, and like FaZe's strategy, use the sniper. Get that guy in the back. That's your opening move forward. Of course, Envy, they didn't have that round. It's just gunfight on gunfight, and it's a tough one to win. And again, FaZe, they're just running away with it.
And to your point, Crowder using the sniper rifle both on the attack and defense is really opening things up here for FaZe. It looks like he's once again going to make his way, surprise, surprise, over towards the B site. And note what happens this time. Aches doesn't want anything to do with the B site. They give it up completely. And now if you're Envy, you have to hit that fast flank. You have to do something. As Priest is also going to call the lightning strike. That's going to find one advantage FaZe. They have steamrolled through Team Envious here in Game 5.
The play calls for Aches to not get picked, but what does the pick come in from? The lightning strike. And then they find another one as well, and then the bomb still goes down. Stun v stun.
I'll just no-scope him.
Just going to slow everybody down. You definitely want the pistol. It's basically an SMG. You can rip heads with it, but not if you get team shot. But one player does get baited out for Priesta, again, being annoying in elevators. Knows Hoops on bomb. He's behind enemy lines. He's going to get another kill. He gets traded, but it doesn't really matter unless Assault can go huge.
Good read, but not enough health and couldn't heal in time. Methods cleans him up. Another round for FaZe. Just when you thought this Game 5 could be close, FaZe had other ideas. 5-0. The advantage in the search.
The best way to get reverse sweeps is to go down 5-0 and then get the full sale. I don't think that was Envy's game plan.
No, I don't think it was either.
No, probably not, but what options do they have at this point? Because FaZe is just trucking on through. The original strategy just seemed to be better. They were on point. Now they have, well, they had streaks to back as well. They're getting close to specialists, like everything.
I don't want to speak too soon, but Aches has been a part of both 5-0 comebacks in Search and Destroy online.
And we'll probably have two as well at the end of the day. Still only going to be two.
Just throwing that out there. Just, you know, food for thought, gents. Food for thought. It doesn't look anything like that's going to be possible, though, just with the tempo. But all 5-0 comebacks that happen have to start somewhere. It's going to be this first round. Zoomer already spots one. Gets into one shot again. So that sounds. His methods will be traded out 4v4.
And keep in mind, in this doorway, Priesta, he's got the gravity slam. There's an open slide on through. Go for it. Finds nothing except death. We will see you in the next round.
I don't want to call him out, but that's not the first poor grab slam we've seen from Priesta this series. He's had a couple of really suspect grab slams, and that's another one.
Honestly, it's good play. He just got baited. Like, it makes perfect sense what he's trying to do. Envy, they just had the perfect positioning. Of course, a 4v3, all players are kind of turtled up in mid, and it is kind of tough for them to deal with because, again, all the angles are covered right now. You got a player by B. Crowder finds the pick over at A and attach. Well, he's watching the push through. He's giving the information to Crowder, so everyone knows what they need to do. Of course, attach, working on the timing, and Zoom is finding a pick. They were all turtled up in map, and it looks like this is still going to be a round on board. And let's Silly can go, it's huge. A 1v2, but plays it back 1v1, but does get dropped. And again, FaZe, it got scary for a second. Yeah, until it was a hot 6-0.
An emphatic win in Game 5, 6-0, and it just shows you what you can expect from this FaZe clan lineup. The sniping utility that Replay's Crowder can provide really makes the teams kind of think on their toes ahead, and you're going to need to adapt, that's for sure, because FaZe of Search and Destroy are definitely solid so far here at tonight.
I also want to say, we talked about how Envy, their specialists are great. That's helping them win those games 3 and 4. They didn't even get a chance to earn them in the final game. FaZe, they never gave them the opportunity.
Yeah, that's a very good point. When a Search and Destroy ends 6-0, and you're losing 6-0, you're definitely not going to have a chance to earn those specialists. But in terms of a recap from what we've seen from Team Envious, I think a lot of people kind of went coming into this event said, yeah, there's potential there, that's for sure, but they weren't really sure how to rate them. From what you've seen so far, impressed?
Still great team. I think both FaZe and Envy are teams that are capable of winning an event. Again, ton of champions. You got the world champions in the side of Envy. It's just a tough first matchup. It is the first game on LAN, at least in this environment, in tournament setting, that they've played. You got to get the jitters out, and it comes down to like that round 11 game too. Envy's going to say like, hey, if we just clutch that one up, we win the series, no love lost. That's what it takes at this level. You have to win those round 11s.
Yeah, good point, good point. And in terms of FaZe on the flip side there, dominating game 5, that's for sure. You look at their control play, however, definitely maybe a room for improvement.
Well, again, it's just a tough team to go against. Like, yeah, you say room for improvement, maybe just one bad round. I will say, I think Methods played fantastic. Priest had some just disgusting games, and as a team, well, at least on Arsenal S&D, they clearly know what they're doing. So, again, either one of these teams, we're going to be seeing them on Sunday. Expect them to have deep runs.
Well, there's a look at our series layout once again. FaZe with the 3-2 victory. There's one man who impressed in game 5, and I want to hear from him, the man himself, Mr. Crowder. We consider that a PlayStation instant reaction.
Thanks, Ben. So after you started off that series hot, dropped the control and the second hard point, and then you guys just came in hot for that final S&D. What was the energy of the team like?
I mean, the energy never really changed. I mean, we lost those two maps, and we just still shake it off. It's behind us, and just focus up to this last map.
Looking at this event as a whole, it's a new season, new title. Where's your head at?
I mean, I love this game. I think it's really fun. We all enjoy playing it, so I'm super excited and I'm super confident.
All right, well then finally, along the lines of new things, I see that you do have a new name. You're no longer Replays. Can you talk a little bit about that change?
There was a lot of confusion with the other Replays in FaZe. He's a Fortnite player. He's really good at that. So I got like a lot of mixed Fortnite fans and COD fans all at one time. So I figured I'd just go by my last name. People call me that anyway. So
great, cleared up a little of that confusion. All right, well thank you so much for the interview. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this quick break.
おー、オプティック来るー。オプティックだけは見逃せんぞー。6時でラスベガスの時間だから世界時計で5時。そうなん。ああ、なるほどね。午後だからか。結構押してねえじゃん。Let's go Olympic。 オプティックは熱いと。何これ。ここにスタンプにさいるんかな。めっちゃ人おるやん。ええねんけど。たまに隠すかな。このスナイパーシーンすごかったね。スコンピー先輩やん。
We are back here at CWL Las Vegas, and we are trucking through these pools right now, guys.
That's what we like to see. Vegas has been a blast, and it's only going to get juicier and more succulent the longer we leave it in the oven, and by the end of the day, it's going to be good to go.
Can't talk like that. We're all hungry.
So hungry.
Yeah, so let us actually bring up these pools and take a quick look at what's going on. Of course, now A and C are working through their pools, and I mean, you have any? Give me your thoughts, Beck.
United struggled at the start of that Mind Freak series. It caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Had Mind Freak won the round 11 versus United, that could be a whole different thing, a whole different picture.
Imagine if they were to win that round 11, they would have went up 2-0.
They would have went up 2-0 on United.
And like when you're up 2-0, you're shook. You're like, wow, do we suck, guys? Like, what's going on here? But United, they're able to turn it around and get that win. 100 Thieves should be able to pick up this win against Reciprocity. It did have a very close second map. Oh, they lost the second map.
They lost the second map. They lost the second map.
But they should be able to win that.
It was a huge surge. Wuskins went insane with Tempest. I mean, we can catch a replay of that at some point. Like, that was unbelievable. Like, single-handedly won the round from, but this series has already looked great.
Right, and speaking of that, we are going to get back into Bravo now. Of course, 100 Thieves and Reciprocity. Very excited. I love that this is a debut of a whole new team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, 100 Thieves has so much slaying power. Control should be such a good game mode for them, theoretically, right? Like, it's reliant on kills. They should be able to get a ton of kills, but right now we're in the very first round, and it's 7-7. So Reciprocity hanging in there. I already have to start putting some respect on.
I already caught flack for calling 100 Thieves the second strongest roster on paper. People are calling me crazy. They think I'm crazy.
How is that?
How are they not? Like,
that's what I said.
They have the stack roster.
Slasher and Octane, two of the best ARs ever on the same team. I'm actually really interested to see how Octane does. This is the first time he's not the main AR. That's Slasher's role.
Well, he was destroying on that very first map, Park Point right now, but 3-3, this is going to be huge going into this series. If Reciprocity can pick up this first round, this will be massive 2v1. Last player is going to be Pharaoh, but it looks like they might be able to fend him off here.
Look, if Pharaoh can do this, that was a 6-5 deficit.
Yes.
That would have been incredible, though. If Pharaoh managed to make that one work, that would have been huge.
I can't wait for that first time that happens.
Dude, it's going to happen.
It's not happening.
It's happening, man. This is a really interesting matchup, I think. You know, 100 Thieves, their control game is super aggressive. Like, they love to overextend. They love to keep you in your back. Two ticks in the first 30 seconds of the match, and that already puts you at such a disadvantage. Like, it's so interesting to see how this gameplay is going to evolve throughout the year. Already control is awesome, and what we're seeing is sick, but I don't know, man. By mid-year, this is going to be incredible.
I love this game mode. It's so much fun to play, and watching these guys play at this level, it's something great. Right now, Octane off to a pretty good start here. Him and Pharaoh lighting up on our deep side of things. And on the other side, my boy Shawnee sitting at 10-7, doing his thing. Usually these games, the swing point is when the specialists come into play. When players start picking up specialists pretty quick, that's when they can kind of take the game into their own hands. You see the grab spikes come in with the 3-piece, and when you get kind of a clean wipe and you can push up and spawn kill, that's when you can kind of dominate a control. So it comes from like multi-kills. So the first team to pick up like a big multi-kill in the round pretty much takes that, you know, or they're in prime position too, and they have to mess up to lose the round.
It completely changes. Like one 3-piece can change the map entirely. And all of a sudden,
Tommy's getting loud. Tommy's getting loud. He's turned it up. This is exciting.
So the way sorry, go on, dude.
No, I was just surprised. I'm surprised.
Surprised?
Yeah, I don't. Listen, people know this about me. I just don't believe in the Europeans. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in them. I don't believe in them.
I believe in the Europeans.
JP's going to have my back by the end of the year. He's going to tell me how the European team's done. Control. He's going to give me the kills. He's going to give me the captures. He's going to give me everything, and it is going to be so sweet.
It's getting scary for 100 Thieves. 18-12 is a pretty big margin. That's 6 kills that they're down. You know, that's their full squad. That's a full life. That's 7 and counting right now. They're going to have to put something together quickly. They're going to be down 2-0 in this control, and it's not looking bright at all.
Slash is off to a really slow start. Uncharacteristically slow for him, but.
I mean, yeah, sitting at 4-11, that's terrible for control. You can't do that.
You just can't do that.
Absolutely not. But 16-9, it's still winnable, right? It's still winnable. Octane does have a lightning strike, so
these rounds are hard to bring back. He's not. I'd be completely shocked if he used his streak in this round.
Well, they invested Crash into this round, so maybe they think they still have some sort of hope here. We'll see what they're able to do. But the gravity spikes come in, the ultimate counter to that Crash. 4 dead. That is going to be it for this round.
That stung.
It's going to be interesting to see how people decide to use their resources as the game mode moves along. Because I think that was a bad choice to use Crash. You're down 16-9. Even if you win the trades, you're still going to come out down 5-6 kills. I don't know.
Maybe that next round you just come out swinging and use all of them.
Yeah, you got to save it.
But they're holding on the streaks, though. So the very fact they still have a streak to work with.
I think Ed might be right. They might have been planning to use it until Zed came through with the grab spikes, changed their mind completely.
I think the thing about that is they forced him to use those grab spikes, right? So in a round you're probably going to lose anyways. Use like your least intimidating specialist to force them to use one of their better ones and go into the next round. And
you also get that back quite quickly as well. Crash is a relatively sort of like mid-table specialist in terms of like acquisition time. Yeah, it's not like the Annihilator, or it's not like Vision Pulse, which take a long time to get. I mean, that's like a minute 20, I think, minute 30. That was the time. We're not talking about kills bases there as well. So who knows, man? I mean, that's an investment that they've kind of gone for now, and hopefully that pays off for them.
Yeah, they forced them to use that They forced Zed to use those grab spikes, which is definitely going to be huge if he's not able to get it again in this round. But down 2-0, sitting at 1-1 in the series, you got to think like, if you're 100 Thieves, this is a match you kind of need to take. You don't want to go to that search. You don't want to guarantee that you have to go to that search and destroy. So getting a little bit scary on the 100 T side of things. But 2 players working on a specialist right now, Kenny and Octane.
And is there anything that's sticking out to you in what 100 Thieves needs to do to start bringing this back?
Slasher needs to start killing people.
Wake up.
Yeah, he's got to start killing people. Simple as that. He's their main AR, a leader on the team.
Yeah, 5-14
Just got to step up. He'll tell you that himself. He knows.
Yep. Shawnee is dominating, sitting at double positive right now, 18-9. He's got Vision Pulse. They should be able to win this round given the specialists that they have. Tommy and Weskin as well have their specialists. So if they use them correctly at the right time, they should be able to win this.
Tommy's nasty. Tommy's nasty.
Tommy's going crazy, man.
Well, and right now, Octane is the only one who's positive on 100 Thieves.
Yeah, see, that's a war.
Yeah, that's a problem in a game mode based purely off kills.
Yeah, their game plan is pure aggression as well, and they're getting shut down by Wild. Tommy just used this. Oh, no, he didn't. Sorry, that was a strange point.
I mean, well, the thing about 100 Thieves is they have 2 like main AR type players, right? And in the beginning of controls, you have to be pretty quick. You have to push and you have to trade. So I could see why that would be kind of troublesome for a team like 100 Thieves when you have those 2 AR players who don't really like to bait at all. So it seems like that's what's happening. They keep starting down in these games. But Octane, that was a huge kill. Going to take out their Tempest. He can kind of swing the game right here and picks up a multi-kill.
That was Tempest on Tempest. Like we saw Weskin hit that before, and if you don't take down their Tempest player, like he's going to run through you in that situation. There's such a long line of sight there by that B side, and it's so easy to pick up those players as they're peeking in and out of the vents, peeking in and out of the cover there. That's a huge kill from Octane. Now, he may not have just won them the round here. They're still having a serious uphill battle.
Should be good.
Yeah, they're gonna have them on spawn now. This should be over.
This is what 100 Thieves want. This is the play they want to make. Kenny's in there deep. He's already got his gravel. He's got ready to go with the grab slam as well.
It's so annoying in this game mode when people are in your spawn. You have to decide immediately as a team to avoid him. They left Kenny there. Got shot in the back, left him.
They were tied up 12-12 a moment ago. Now look at that single play Kenny made. He's given them a bit of an advantage, but all of a sudden we're straight back to 6-9. I mean, 100 Thieves still with the lead for the time being, but that's nothing.
They just have to contest. They have to get him out of it. Time, only 11 seconds left in the game. Rusty has to get inside of that hill if they want to extend this here. It's going to be all. This is all but over right now. It's going to be 2-1 so far in the control for Reciprocity.
I don't know, but yeah, Shawnee,
1v5. Yeah.
I figure like a 2v5, things can happen there. There's a chance for something special, but.
So Slasher was what, -10? He's -5 now, stepped up in the round. They won the round. Simple stuff, quick math.
Got to turn that one around. This is, you know, this is the situation they don't want to be in for 100 Thieves, because as far as the series has gone, 250 to 160 was the hard point.
Yes.
And it was a pretty dominant display from them, but when it comes down to the search, it was a 6-5. Yeah. It was 6-5 that Rec won, so I mean, that's a coin toss. You don't want to put themselves in that position. They really do want to win this. They feel like they're going to get the hard point win, but if it has to come down to the search and destroy, I mean, that's not a gamble you want to take.
Well, I mean, it gets so scary because, you know, these teams are at home and they're just scrimming control and hard point all day long. You don't really get too much search and destroy practice. So there's going to be so many kinks to work out, especially with specialists. You have to kind of practice those rounds to the specialists. And if you don't get that much practice, it can get scary here at a term like that. You don't want to rely on a game 5 search and destroy. And I thought he was going to use the gas.
I think he meant to use it. He did. He didn't shoot. I think he meant to use it. That would have been big.
It would have been huge. He could have got 3, maybe even 4 out of that one. There's so many guys in mid.
The beginning of control round is so interesting because I don't know if it's a read by these teams yet or if it's just a pure guess. But they all decided to go middle. Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I think it's the same bet though. We saw on the first day of playing, we saw Straight versus Mindfreak. Mindfreak were hitting A, B, A, B, A, B. And the only way that, you know, Straight managed to catch him out was like they make the read. They have one guy sit in middle, and if he didn't see anyone there, he was like, "Cool guys, we're all going away," and they can make that read every time. That just changed the face of the game for them. So hitting mid seems to be the play right now, but you know, it's going to change over the course of the year.
It looks like Slasher is caught up now, 16-17.
Fully streaked out. That's going to be huge. If they can win this round with only using maybe one of those streaks, I mean, they can potentially win this next round pretty easily as well. So Slasher picking up is exactly what they needed. John, you were spot on with that one. He actually calls in, I think it was drones, so he can, as long as he can just stay near this site, he should be able to pick up a bunch of kills.
So, do you think that he's going to invest any more streaks in this round?
Maybe.
If they have to right now. That's true, but if the score stays somewhat close, if he was able to save those for the last round, that'd just be huge.
I think I'd probably call in the Hellstorm, maybe try to save one of them, but right now it seems as if Reciprocity has map control, so I think it might be smart to call in the streak right here.
Still trying to make
what?
That work. Oh, Octane kills him with a lightning strike.
Oh no, that's going to take those drones away from the B side as well. That's going to be kind of a tough situation. 17 to 19, 18, excuse me, 100 Thieves still in the lead of kills. A lot of time to work with. This one's getting scary.
The poke play coming out from Rec is really strong right now. Like, they're having a bait and switch constantly. Oh, Slashy's going.
They're investing a lot. They just use their crash.
Lightning strike. He didn't actually commit to that in the
end. Pinged it.
Ping the map. That's, you know, that's a play at this point. But the back and forth, the peak play coming out from Rec there on that B site, I mean, it's essential. You have to maintain the pressure. You have to maintain the kill.
There it was right there. Big 2-piece out of Enable to push them back. Now they're going to be able to push up and get those spawn kills. All right, so in this situation, 100 Thieves should be able to win the game right here, unless they make some mistakes. The setup, it's about to be almost ticked, and yeah, there it is. 2-2. You think you have about 1 streak to work with. Reciprocity is almost throwing this game away.
We're gonna see what specialists are they're close to. See how they decide to play this opening. I feel like the opening is so important. Like so huge.
It's huge, yeah.
So huge.
I don't remember seeing Kenny use the slam, so he may be saving that for the next start.
I don't remember seeing
the slam come out as well, so that's still in play. War Machine maybe still for 100 Thieves?
We have Kenny and
no, halfway slash there.
Denz is very close to his slam. He's the only one, and Zed as well is pretty close. They're the only ones close to their specialist. Octane, Kenny, both have their specialist. See that Tempest come out here.
A direct B hit right off the rip.
Kenny went in. There's the Tempest. This is huge. He's got to string together some kills here. You got to put this Tempest to work. This will be huge for this round. Zed going to take out Slasher. Takes out 1.
Oh,
gets 2.
That's big. One
gets taken out though.
Big because he just got a streak. Any streak in this game mode is huge. Big wins.
Ooh. I mean, Octane right now,
every
31 and 14.
Yeah, he's going off. Every time I feel like somebody's going to get a big 2-piece to swing the game into their favor, they get traded. Both these teams are shooting so well right now. Both playing with the absolute fire. Slasher kicked up here in this game 3.
Zed's a real X factor.
Octane invested his streak already. So
I want to see Zed. Zed's a big X factor for me in this team. Man. When Zed's on, I just feel like Reciprocity have got so much space to work with. Like right now, he's got 17 to 20 now. It's not the performance you want to see out of him. I think only Shawnee reminding me of the Shawnee of World War II right now, looking very, very strong. But I want to see Zed. He's the big X factor for me. If he picks it up a wreck, he's good to go. Oh god.
Oh no.
Kenny.
Oh boy.
Kenny. The fanciest footwork, the flying punch to take care of him.
This is like the most even round of control I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no idea. I have absolutely no idea who's gonna win.
This is so different to the first round, which we saw Reciprocity win by a 10 lives. I mean, that's a considerable scoreline.
Oh, there it is. That was a huge play by Kenny to get that entry. Also going to follow it up with the 2-piece, 3-piece. That's what you need. 4-piece. There it is.
Kenny just went off.
Kenny just went ham.
He just went off.
Went ham.
Now they have them pushed back in spawns. They should be able to hold. Yeah,
Yep.
they just. When you're coming out of spawn, you don't have any cover. There's nothing you could do. You have to win those fights straight up.
Whoa, that's so clutch from Enable. That's another 8 to 12 now. I mean, that
those it's the same thing, the same principle that exists in Search and Destroy. It's the same for this. He went off too far alone, untradeable.
Here comes all the specialists on the side of Reciprocity. Might be a little bit too late. That's going to be game for 100 Thieves coming back.
Wow, that's a huge comeback. That's a huge comeback. A huge comeback for Slasher personally. He did a great job.
Dominant comeback.
And obviously Octane just went off. He just went off this half.
That's good guts, man. That's the guts you want to see from 100 Thieves. Like, they were down bad. They took a seriously heavy first round loss. And to see them come out like that, stole it.
They adapted well that game. That was very impressive to watch.
Love it. Love to see that. Kenny as well. Huge plays. Kenny's been one of the players we've all been talking about.
We didn't get to see it, but we'll see it here in the best play. Comes the grab slam into the 3-piece right after.
4-piece. He just...
It's bad on the knees though, right? If you land on your knees, that sucks. That's superhero.
Oh, man.
Oh,
what a huge play.
Love to see it, man. Love to see it. 100 Thieves. They're going to be good this year. Yeah. Again, it's another line. Like LG, if that team finds form, I don't know who's going to stop them. Maybe Optic.
Well, and speaking of Optic, actually, they are going to be coming up here on the main stage on Alpha, obviously, after winning against the Pittsburgh Knights on Charlie, and they're going to be going up against G2.
Yeah, I mean, you got to imagine Optic makes quick work of G2. Just from what I saw of them, I mean, they looked okay, but their Search and Destroy is what I expect them to be good at, and they dropped the ball on that. They lost 2 of them. And Optic has some Search and Destroy stars on that roster, and they're definitely going to be great at respawn, so I think G2 might need a miracle going on this one, boys.
Optic did win 3-0, but it wasn't the most convincing of 3-0s. They had a couple close maps. The Knights are up there feeling like they probably should have won first map. So I don't know. Maybe if G2 comes out hot in that, like they did in that second hard point against Splice, maybe they can take it. I don't know, but I'm going to have to agree with Ant here. Optic should be handling this series pretty easily.
They really should. I mean, I'm still going to see Decimate go off. I mean, he's a player who was he was essential to any kind of success that they had against Splice in the previous series. So I don't know. I've got high hopes. I mean,
that's my question.
I'm going to be devil's advocate here. They're going to do fine.
Yeah, that's my question, right? If Decimate can kind of keep playing like that, stay consistent. Yeah. I mean, if he can, then they can be really good. But they need a star.
Of course, we are continuing on here this Friday to kick off CWL Las Vegas. We've seen FaZe, United, and Lightning Pandas winning their matchups. And coming up on Alpha on the main stage is going to be Optic Gaming versus G2 right after this break.
Mada 何回あと3分か。ティスとスプライスってなんか交流戦やってたよね、確か。ハーポでポーティックがゴリゴリに倒してるな。ダスティとハロウィンでカルマクリム6これルーツか。IGR 強いな、やっぱり。最近知ったわ、俺も。なんだっけ、RC じゃなくて ICR の強さ。エイクス エイクス。レーザーがサーチ強いからね。オプティックはハードポイント。お腹減った。全然寝てないからクソ眠いんやけど。ラッシュ見るよりオプティックがね熱いマジで。これ絶対見える。
Hello and welcome back. We've had some incredible matches already so far here at the first event. CWL Vegas now well underway. I know it's day one, well I guess kind of day two if you consider the play-in bracket yesterday, Joe. But honestly, we're leading into some of the crazier matches of the day for sure. I don't know about this one though. This could be a quick series. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we're just not exactly too sure. I mean, obviously G2 Esports, they had a very slow start against Splice that we saw earlier, but they go to a game 5. I think that was a pretty big surprise for at least myself. Optic, on the other hand, they took care of business. A nice 3-0, and as you said, when you just look at these two teams on paper, Optic Gaming should be able to handle this one.
Well, let's get right into the game one. You hear the crowd getting behind Optic Gaming early. We'll see what they can do in the first hardpoint. Right now on board with Decimate. He's trying to find the angle, but Prim6 with the ICR up to the task at killer. 3 kills in the kill feed though for Optic Gaming. They'll win that first wave. They'll find the early time, Joe.
Yeah, still 35 seconds left on this hill. We're gonna watch that mini map. The next hill will be that crane side, that left side of your screen. When will those green arrows start to work their way up? And it looks like that's exactly what TJ's trying to do. Number 10. And all the kills right now, Decimate and Ricky, they're stuck in the vents all this time going in the way of Optic. They're getting the spawns that they need. They're looking comfortable.
Well, you kind of heard Chance talk about this in the previous series. This first hardpoint, if you win that first wave, a lot of times the first hardpoint you can't find a ton of time. It's pretty contest heavy. This one you can get a decent chunk, and you see that early on with a 30-0 start. Finally, G2 Esports start to get on the board, but now we'll focus on the rotation. It's Prim6 that has to get it done, and he's able to 180 and snap to find a second kill. The entire G2 team in front, but narrowly picked off before he gets tucked away in the corner before the reinforcements come in.
Yeah, those last 15 seconds, G2 were able to stabilize. They got the spawns they needed, and you can see they're starting to rack up a good amount of time. Optic Gaming seem a little bit split up just based off the minimap. You have a couple of guys trying to hit through this middle lobby where Karma's at right now. A couple of guys trying to hit through the front, but Chino able to make quick business of them, and you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to work his way up. You see number 4 spawn all the way out on the minimap. They're already thinking for that statue hill.
I know we've been able to watch a lot more gameplay from Optic Gaming, obviously, with their deep runs in the 2Ks and the pro downs. Obviously, they've been one basically everything online, but when you take a look at the 3 game modes in this particular series, if G2 is going to get an upset, is there anywhere it has to start for you?
It's got to start in probably this game 1. And Chino, you see he's faced up that lightning strike. When you look at this
roster, he's got 7 kills in a row right now.
Yeah, he's at 9 and 3. When you look at this G2 roster from top to bottom, you obviously have the 2 young guns, Blastful and Decimate. Those really have to be your superstars. Chino, what a rock he was for Team Caliber last year when they won back-to-back championships. But Faceno and Ricky, those guys just revolve their game around search and destroy, and typically game 3s, which will be control this year.
Well, despite the 30-0 start for Optic Gaming, it's Chino and a 7 spree and a dominant effort in Crane that's going it allowed them to pick it up. Two now come in behind the Hellstorm, and he still has the Lightning to work with. Right now, kind of picking up mid-lab, but will transfer over to Blast as he's trying to deal with the pressure coming out of front office. And this looks to be just a great transition from Crane now to Statue. A ton of time for G2. What's going wrong for Optic Gaming right now?
Well, obviously, just that Hellstorm in transition. A couple of players
makes it easy, right?
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, but TJ able to find a couple of kills. Scump as well, and that is the power of Optic Gaming. That SOG duo, TJ and Scump, they can light up the main stage as they just did right there. If G2 are able to stabilize, they had a great setup. Blastful was pushed out towards the front. They could be up.
Exactly. I think that's a big break from Optic Gaming. Not only do they retain the, or take back the lead, but also, like you said, just allows G2 to not really blow this wide open. We'll switch over to TJ's POV, trying to do some dancing here at the next hard point here at Guns. Unfortunately, runs into Vicento set up with the ICR. The wave comes in though. Optic Gaming able to get the clear. Dashy pushing out, finds a couple of kills. Scump there to help out, and that's everybody from G2 wiped off the board as Optic Gaming gets set up.
Yeah, Scump starting to heat up a little bit. He's on a force free, but Chino once again with the lightning strike. There's a couple of maps in our map set this year where streaks aren't too strong, right? We talk about a map like Gridlock. It's just so difficult, right? That obviously have the bridge overhead, but Arsenal, every single hill, really except for the last one, deals with outdoors. So those lightning strikes, those Hellstorms, they can do so much damage. And due to that lightning strike, G2 able to pick up these last 15 seconds.
Maybe the first one, maybe you feel safe. Unfortunately, now you can still get those streaks in through top mid. Decimate wins a nice one-on-one on the back, but Dashy there to trade it for Optic Gaming. You take a look across the top of the screen, everyone's still kind of building towards those specialists. Looks like Scump with Crash could be the first one to pick it up. Chino, I believe, with his prop, it should have Tempest locked and loaded here with a couple more kills. But it's been about even. We've had a couple lead change, heading towards kind of the 100 mark. It's pretty close, but if you think back to last year and prior years, usually this is where the game starts to open up. You'll see teams play relatively even, maybe through the first set of rotations, then someone starts to get a feel for the game and really take over.
Yeah, you see Scump pops that Tac 5 boot. Karma able to find a couple of kills. TJ finds a 4. Chino, the last player alive. Another great break. I mean, G2, this is the second hill where you look at Statue, look at this office hill where they've had a solid setup. But really, it's just been the power of Optic Gaming that have kept him in this game. Karma with that grab slam, able to find a couple of more. He's on a force free. 150 points away, make it 50 from that lightning strike. And we talked about how deadly streaks are on this map.
Well, we'll stick with Karma's POV for now and just see if he's able to pick up these streaks. He's trying to maybe find an easy kill in the old hard point, picking up these final couple of seconds as his teammates will do the dirty work in rotation. You just hope to set him up with an easy one. We'll swap over to Scump for a second because he's on a bit of a streak as well. Scump's now got one. He has 4 kills in a row. Karma does end up dropping, so I don't know if he actually, doesn't look like he picked up anything. So he falls 50 points short of any kind of streaks.
Hear that War Machine though. Decimate, he pops that. Trying to find a couple of kills, is able to find 2, but Scump goes through that window, finds 2, and he gets full streaks. I was gonna say, I didn't really agree with the lightning strike. He didn't find any of the kills. It didn't allow his team to
got the other streaks, though. He got the other streaks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, G2 still in control, but you find that Hellstorm, you find that drone squad, and we'll see what he's able to pop those.
A nice setup inside a lab right now for G2 as they're looking to build this lead, but 20 seconds remaining on our first hard point in the second rotation. You see Dashy, who already has had some highlight plays you've likely seen on social media with that Tempest. Does he have another one in his back pocket in this game 1 versus G2? Trading back and forth. We'll take a look at the minimap for the rotation, kind of watch Dashy as he's set up here. This is the first time through. This is where G2 really opened up the game. This is where Optic has to do a better job the second time through.
Yeah, and there's that Hellstorm. I was literally just about to say, well, watch out for number 5, but that was Decimate. He sort of spawned out. It created a bit of a pinch for G2, but the Hellstorm takes care of him.
It's like the opposite of what happened the first time. Remember, Chino's Hellstorm that came in made it difficult for Optic to get set up. Now the complete opposite. Scump's able to find the opening and time for Optic early.
Yeah, and the big thing with this hill, with this Crane hill, is you want to get pushed up towards that barrel elbow. If you're able to do that, you can push out Guns. That's when you get a ton of time. TJ, nice shots with that Zog, Karma, and Dashy. Starting to heat up as well. You see Karma flying in, trying to help his teammates. Both of these players run out of ammo, but Scump's there to trade. And now what are Scump and Karma doing with 20 seconds left? They're trying to flip those spawns. They're able to do that as Decimate spawns out. Same with Blastful. This is a big chance, an opportunity for Optic to get the lead.
And look how far up you see Scump kind of pushed on the minimap too for the next hard point. It's going to allow one to, I believe, spawn in back steps. A couple are going to spawn there, so they're going to have to focus on that as well. As Optic Gaming trying to get set up on rotation. Karma then will get in first. The pinch about to come in. You can see 3 players right now about to collapse from G2. Karma, no help there when the push comes in, so he's going to end up dropping. Optic's going to rely on yet another break, but at least they've got a little bit of a push in here with a 20-point advantage.
Yeah, that was a big hit by Squad, but there we go. Dashy, he pops that Tempest trophy, goes out. Drone Squad as well, as you said. They're investing a ton of resources for this break.
I mean, you got to get points here. You got to get a ton of points. You have Tempest out, you have Drone Squad out. This is make plays, and yet again, he's getting it done. There, the hipfire with it connects. Ricky, maybe we'll see you back on. Oh, no! Ay, Dashy! Couldn't connect! Just couldn't connect his, looks like Ricky had some sort of guardian angel there. Yikes!
Yeah, that was a green box. That was a green box.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
Hey, you know, it's a little tough. No, he was feeling hot. He wasn't even aiming in. He was just hit
yeah, like he hits all the tough shots, but that one just can't get the finish. But Optic has eclipsed the 200-point mark. G2 now trying to claw tooth and nail right back into this map. One, what utility do they have to do with it? I mean, you think about what Vicento's getting close to that vision pulse. Ricky's going to have the ground slam. You're going to have a couple of things I think to work with down the stretch, but you got to earn them and you have to use them effectively.
Well, there you see TJ, he's gonna pop that War Machine. The trophy doesn't get out, finds a couple of kills. Once again, though, if you're G2, that was a great opportunity to get back into the game. They won rotation, they had spawns pushed out. You saw Dashy and Karma with the Maddoxes finding those kills, and now look at the mini-map. Look how far they have G2 pushed out. G2 right now is thinking, screw this, we have to rotate to offense. We have to play perfect hardpoint from here on out.
Yeah,
and you have to invest your resources.
They've already used the vision pulse. Now, really, they're just relying on Ricky, Black, maybe Decimate to get towards some of these specialists, but I don't even know if they're going to get there. Optic so close to closing out this.
Oh!
Dashy lighting up now. He's got 6 kills in a row. He's 130 off streaks. Well, that's one way to slow him down as Ricky hits the ground slam, but now Optic just needs the final couple seconds here. They need to lock it down in office. The kitchen push doesn't look like it'll get there in time, and map 1 to Optic gaining, but I mean, it's similar to their first series. We saw pretty close hard point. They're trailing a little bit early, and they start to climb back into it.
Yeah, we're gonna take another look as soon as Dashy pulls out this Tempest. That statue, able to find a couple. He sees the tag match, and what does that mean? Well, it means those guys are gonna get up faster. So as soon as he sees this on Ricky, he's trying to clean this up. It's just that box, man. The box won't get out of his way.
Well, Ricky gets a kill that had to feel pretty good there on the Tempest, but unfortunately didn't matter in the end of things. So that'll do it for map 1 in this series. We're gonna hop back over to the desk to check out the other matches.
Thank you, Maven. We're gonna swing on over to Charlie, where we have LG and UYU, and looks up frequency and hardpoint, and UYU's up by about 30.
They were doing a lot better.
They were up by like 100.
They were up, yeah. LG's bringing this back.
This is LG's by far their worst map. They hate this map. After talking to some of the players, they were thinking about just straight up vetoing it throughout the weekend, but I think they're giving it a test here, seeing what they're made of on LAN on this map. But to see them actually with this many points right now actually surprises me after watching them getting destroyed on it online.
Is that bad?
It surprised me that this
barely win this, yeah.
It surprised me. This seems like a map that would be suited for them. Like, it's close quarters, fast pace.
Yeah. It's good. In terms of practicing it, though, I would have thought they may have waited till maybe tomorrow when you play that open bracket team. That would seem like a good time to maybe get your practice on a map. For me, UYU, could they cause an upset? I mean, unlikely. But I think everyone expects LG to win this, but still, you never really want to go 0-1 down in a series and just start off with a lack of momentum, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Does LG believe that UYU has a chance versus them? That's the thing. I don't think that they do.
If they were to lose a map in this series, I think Gunless would like start fist fighting his teammates on the stage. But UYU's a solid team, solid players on that team. I don't see them beating Luminosity in the series, but taking a map, I could definitely see it happening. Luminosity came back in this map already though by about 110 points.
It really was a pretty big deficit to start, and you know, credit to LG coming back and
They're about to tie this up here in a second.
Gunless, we have to talk about it, bro. Like, yes, it's crazy. Like, just watching what 3-4 maps that we've seen him play so far. We know how talented he is, but then you watch him again on LAN, and it's almost as if like
I forgot.
You feel stupid that you forget, right?
I forgot.
I mean,
somehow.
You feel dumb that you're like, oh yeah, Gunless is that guy. Like, he really is that talented.
7,000 damage on both the hard points he played.
It's nuts, bro.
He's unbelievable.
And just think about this. Imagine if somebody else on the team starts contributing to like the potential that they have. Like imagine if John gets the full John form. This team would be absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. That's why we keep saying, on paper, this is
on paper they're the best. They have the strongest roster, most skilled roster.
Talent.
We'll see if that matters in the long run.
The players on UIU are actually they're doing the thing right now. They're all none of them are too negative. They did activate that crash here. They're gonna have to try to get something going here, get some hill control, pick up some points.
Here's the big question though. Here's the big question, because you said UIU had about what, 100-point lead, roughly, give or take. What was the swing in the map? Where did it kind of go wrong, or where did it go right, I guess, for LG?
Well, I mean, LG just took over one entire rotation, right? To do that, you got to just win back-to-back hills. You got to hold the hill, and you also got to win rotation. So there's a terrible error on the side of UIU. LG just was able to seam together some points, and
they had a lead. They had a lead going in at the second or third U hill, and they just should have just given up the last hill. They didn't do that.
Just rotated.
They overfought it, didn't rotate. Now they came back, and you get punished. That's how you get punished.
Classic mistake of every hard point, right? You just don't give it up. You try to do too much. Try to hold on to that 80-point lead. You're not just okay with holding the 20-point lead and get the next. And that happens to a ton of teams. UIU are going to need a really good hold in order to come back in this series.
I mean, the quick hold and a rotation, that's tough to do, man.
He does have grab spikes, though, so maybe we put something together there.
Did you have that habit when you played in? That why habit? That's why you just...
No, I never had that habit.
No,
there's so many players who have it. That's just a twitchy play style. The new age players, they're also twitchy.
Cracked. YY's galore.
And here comes the War Machine, though. If he's able to do some damage here, might be able to break on in. Only 10 seconds left for LG. That's all they need. And he's going to whip the beat down.
Oh, man. That's not what you want to see.
You have something firing grenades, and you're getting beat down like that. Grab something's going to come through, but again, this
is the hardest hill in the game to hold like a full 40.
Yeah. You need to push out those sides, and you have to worry about your mid cut.
Annihilator.
Formal has an Annihilator.
This is over.
Oh my lord, can that be best play, please?
Oh my! Formal just killed 5 people.
Does formal things.
That's wow.
Absolutely, and of course, if you want to keep watching this, stick with Charlie. But we're going to swing on over now, back to Merc and Maven with Alpha, where we're going to map 2, Optic, and G2.
Thank you very much, Katie. Let's get right back into it. Map 1, pretty close, back and forth until Optic ultimately able to close it out. Now we'll get the search. Now, this is what's interesting. You know, there's been some questions behind Optic. You know, will the online play transition to LAN? Sure. With the pickup of Dashi and TJ, will the S&D woes of prior years be fixed? You think if anyone was going to maybe give them a little pressure in search and destroy in this pool, G2 might be it. You've got a lot of S&D prowess on that team. Surprisingly, though, G2 lost their first searches.
Yeah, again, we talked about it in the pregame. That's where Ricky's teams, Vicento's teams in the past, that's where they specialized. Flashful and Decimate, that's where they made their name. Chino last year on TK, that's really how they won a couple of their championships. This team should be very solid at search and destroy. But as you said, Optic, a major reason they made this team change was for search and destroy.
They win more than 50% of their searches, they'll likely win events. We'll see if they can do it. So far, so good. 3-2 advantage. Ronda Dashi with a snipe. Able to connect. One player left. Wiped off the board in round 1. Goes to Optic Gaming.
You hear a bit of a Bruce chant right there, you know, out in the crowd. Obviously, a lot of Optic fans love watching Dashi. The guy can put on a show at any moment. We saw it with the Tempest a little bit until he found the box.
The tip is given and the tip is taketh away. It's like he's had a highlight play and he got smoked. He's definitely deadly with it. And there you see Krem6, widely considered. Well, it's debated, but maybe the greatest Call of Duty player of all time.
Yes,
obviously,
I would say yes.
Invaluable to this Optic Gaming team. And now he's got his pal Karma back on the roster.
Yeah, and when you watch these scrims, I mean, Krim, he can be brutal on these guys, but Krim does not want to have a year like last year. Scump able to find that first blood, and well, Scump had a great game number 1. I think he finished around 28 and 16. It was a quiet one. He on a bit of a streak, but he was really their slaying leader. Decimate trying to find a couple of kills. Maybe with that cluster, going to back Optic down, but still a man advantage until Ricky goes on a flank.
Flank comes in. He should find a second. TJ weak, and he'll get one wiped off the board. Now a 2v2. Bomb has been planted at A. Optic looking to play a little bit of defense. They'll have superstar Scump and Dashi up. Ricky and going to have to make the play to try and find the kills and the defuse. Scump almost gets caught, but look who's looking over him. None other than Dashy connects with the snipe yet again. It all falls on Ricky. Where do you even try to make this play? He's at least able to hit the cross, but he has to try and take a one-on-one with Scott. Dashy's looking over him. That's not an easy thing to do, and next splattered to the wall.
Yeah, I think the play, though, it starts with Scump, right? Scump is on that second statue. He's on that middle pillar, and he's just holding his stun. He's shoulder peeking back and forth. You saw Dashy was in their lobby. He was watching the flank. That's about. But it starts with Scump. As soon as Scump sees one, he throws his stun out. That allows Dashy to rotate back. He's able to watch over him. And as you said, just beautifully like,
stay down. Stay down, I got you. That's all you're probably hearing between those two players. But shot at Ricky.
A play last year where maybe Optic screw something up.
Well, they're up 2-0. Looking good right now in search. We'll see if G2 can answer back. Is this the round where it happens on offense? You see a bit of a split on both ends. Now starting to rotate towards the B side. So be Karma really by himself. Karma trying to get vision. He's not playing at the back kind of box hop where he could easily get away. Not going to matter. It's a one-on-one. How do you give him a one-on-one fight? There's no even trade opportunity there.
Yeah, now he has some help. Scump jumps through that middle window. Chino, he's going to challenge, but as you said, there needs to be a trade. Decimate luckily able to pick off Scump, makes it a 4 versus 4. Maybe a bit of an overreach from Scump.
So many times I've watched Optic scrims and Karma will play kind of that back box where you can just kind of hop up and check the B side. He'll play it by himself. It's warm to some degree. You can't just give him a one-on-one like that unless they're just assuming he's going to be playing deep. Maybe just catches him off guard a little bit.
Yeah, but now G2 is starting to push up towards this site, but you see all those green arrows starting to rotate on over.
Yeah,
it's going to be hectic here.
Whoa, how much harder does this push look now? You got Dashy in the back, lines up 2 more. He's got 5 kills in a row. He's yet to die as he's at 5-0. Blast tries to connect with the snipe, gets tagged up. He's been taking a one-shot on multiple occasions, but G2 just getting steamrolled off their site. And that just starts with Karma. He wins that one-on-one fight. After that set and done, the rotation comes in. You get no site control for G2, and they just get wiped off the board. What do you? What are G2's options after you drop that first gunfight? Do you try to rotate?
You have to trade it, right? You have to trade Karma out. And I'm thinking maybe a reason they didn't push it is their players. And if he's going to have that sniper out, someone else has to step up and go for that trade. There's Dashy. I don't think he's died yet so far.
I don't think so.
As I imagine.
5-0, yeah.
They're going to continue to try to set him up with a sniper, and why not? We know how good he is with it.
Well, they said early in the title they're going to let him snipe every single map.
And why not? When it's 5v5s, you have the Mozu in your back pocket. Let him do what he wants.
100%, 100%. I think he can take a little bit more of it. We'll hop over to Decimate for a moment, who's tagged up but able to get away with his life. They give up that A site, so it's an easy and free plant now for Optic Gaming. With everybody up, you still have the sniper. Set up to look over this as well. What are your options here for the retake if you're G2?
And again, look at what Scump's doing. Chino's going to take it down his teammate. Luckily, Flashful able to find a snipe. Senna with another one. A solid retake so far, but TJ's playing inside those vents. Scump stays alive. TJ gets a nade kill now. Another 1 versus 2. 20 seconds left. Ricky able to find one. How smart and beautifully Scump is playing this right now.
And Ricky's got to go.
I mean, look at this. Look at this play right now.
He's
How do you deal with this stock on the Saw? And that's a round win process.
Absolutely toying with his food after shoulder beat. He can see how frustrating that looked to deal with from Ricky's POV. And Ricky's been left in some tough spots where maybe an opportunity to clutch, but well, to be fair, they've been 2 1v2s with no advantage. But nice job from Optic, winning those scenarios they should be taking.
There's Chino on your screen. Chino, part of that Team Caliber squad last year. Went back to back. They win Dallas. They win New Orleans. Plus, what? Envy ended up finishing top 6 at Champs with a very solid run. Can they continue with this year? Well, can he? I mean, he played so stellar last year.
Well, they need to get a round on the board here. It's probably the priority.
That's probably, yeah, we should do that first.
We'll see if they can get something. Got control, but into the window is Karma, who finds yet another first blood. Everybody dropping. TJ finds 2 suddenly and quickly. A 5v3 for Optic Gaming as G2 has found not a single foothold inside of this game too.
I mean, we talk about sort of specialist advantage as the more momentum you're gaining, but this has been so fast. Optic aren't even there. I mean, the only one Scump. Blastful is able to find a kill.
Yeah, it might be a 6-0 with the only thing used is like attack 5 or something. That might be it if you even need it.
This is comfortable.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously G2, they lose their first 2 search and destroy, so we don't have a lot to take maybe from the new Optic Gaming and search, but so far you gotta like what you see if you're a long time, very, very clean and comfortable right now.
I mean, if you watch them early on, as soon as Black Ops 4 released, the first thing on their mind was search. All of these guys were just getting search and destroy tourneys under their belt.
I talked to Krim, you know, kind of right after the team change happened. Krim told me, I think just with us three, with us core three, with Karma and Scum, we can get respawn victories. We need someone that can come in and take over searches. They got 2 players that have the capability to do it, but you do see the one special get called in. It's going to be that TAC 5-2, I believe, of the extra health player. Do get ripped off, just able to get away from the stun, but the site has been swarmed. As Optic pushed through and they effectively trade.
Plus nade is
okay, later
on a kill. Yep, that helps the retake a lot. Now it's 3 versus 2, but DJ's in a great position. Dashy, 7-1. It's a little bit of revenge on Ricky.
A little bit of revenge on the Tempest flash as he absolutely 180s him.
Oh, Tempest is out now as well. Chino in a very tough spot.
No. Oh! Optic and cruise control.
Woo! That boy Dashy could snap.
What was yelling? 46 HP or something?
He's looking like you on Blackout.
Ah! I think Ricky started shooting potato. Just got smoked. Wow. Well, TJ enjoying a beverage as
Chino's not a little stressed out.
Guys, what's going on? We're getting crushed right now. We're gonna have to bring it back into control. But what a win there from Optic as they make the search and destroy look easy. G2 find themselves in yet another 2-0 hole. Can they get the victory and control? Maybe battle back to extend this series. Don't go anywhere. We'll find out after this quick.
The Call of Duty World League is presented by PlayStation 4, the official platform of the CWL. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. Level up the game. And Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amps of the CWL.
あ、どうも。オプティック強すぎですね。断水が強すぎ。どこのサイト？なんかツイッチでやってるんですよね。その配信ページも PC で開いてやってるんで。ツイッチでもゲストで入れるんじゃなかった？確か。すごいな。チームはどんな感じか分かりますか？日本のチームはね、リバレントとラッシュだよね。ラッシュはなんか1回戦負けて次の試合がまだ始まるか分かんないらしくて、でリバレントバーテックスは確か2回戦も勝っていてた気がするな。 アシーが強すぎたなあ、どうもです。
Optic Gaming enjoying a 2-0 advantage in their second series of the day, yet to drop a map thus far. Joe, for G2 on the other side of things, I mean, they're finding themselves trying to do it the hard way. Now, granted, you start with Splice, you start with Optic. You're talking about maybe 2 of the top 4 teams in the world coming into this. But you talk to some pro players, they've got Splice and Optic both in their top 4. It's not an easy start.
Yeah, no, that Optic Splice match later on tonight is going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think a lot of people on the outside of the scene have Splice really in their top 4, their top 6, but all the pro players that we talk to say Splice is incredible.
I played a bit of pubs one day with Karma. Just woke up early. He was on. We were grinding. I asked him, just who do you think is the top team outside of you guys, or who's been the toughest to play? I kind of trust his opinion. I do a lot more than my own. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna load up Arsenal once again.
We've been here before.
We might have been here.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful statue, beautiful lobby. At least it's a beautiful map.
Yep. 3 times in a row. We'll see if G2 can get out of Arsenal. I think that doesn't look that way, but Control, just like you had with CTF, Uplink, that map 3, your swing game. You can guess if you're gonna build some momentum, it's gotta happen here. This is where you have to try to bring it back. Looks like we're gonna be having a replay.
That's a new strategy.
1 player's off the map. There's a lot of team kills going. Oh, just mass confusion at the beginning of the map. That's a new strat. Try to kill your team with trophies.
Yeah, welcome.
Oh, just thrilling gameplay here.
No, but it'll obviously be very interesting to watch over the weekend, even over today. Like how vetoes switch for teams. Like if you're Splice watching this match, unless they're playing right now, they understand that. Well, Optic obviously loves Arsenal.
So from your experience, obviously for you as a caster, you've had years where you've had vetoes. You've you're used to the player.
Yeah,
you've had years where you've had
vetoes as a caster.
Yeah, years where you haven't had it. I guess what's the difference for vetoes for teams maybe early in the title versus maybe the end of a title?
I think you know your limits. I think the first event or the first couple events, you play something online and you're just thinking, we love this map. Like, we'll take Arsenal Control for example. You go to the first LAN, you're thinking, we love this map. We do so well. The first weekend or the first couple of days, you lose every single one, but because you practice it so much and because you put so much emphasis on it, you're still thinking that's a strong map. Maybe we just had some weak individual performances.
And to be fair, like these guys had, well, I guess once stuff was announced, I mean, you at least had an extra 2 to 4 weeks to prepare versus prior years just because of Black Ops coming out, October 12th versus November 3rd or something in the past. So there's definitely some extra time there to prep, which may play into your vetoes. Maybe you're a little bit more comfortable with what you're going to work on, but it's still the first event, man. If we expect something wild, if you expect a lot of question marks for teams, this is where you're going to see them.
Yeah, and again, I think with vetoes, maybe with the system coming back last year, maybe people just stuck by their pride and true, right? They didn't not play their maps, where maybe we see them try to make some adjustments. Maybe after today, they wake up early tomorrow, and it's best for them on a couple of different new maps.
Yeah, well, we should get loaded back into the Control here in a second to see if Optic can close things out or if G2 are going to push it. We've had a lot of Game 5 so far today, so we're expecting this to be a long day. That's what you love, those. Day 1 of Vegas. Let's take it to midnight. Who cares? Let's have some fun.
I'm down to watch 72 hours straight of Black Ops 4.
Well, I'm loving it. You know, I've watched so many scrims at home. You know, each night we'd be grinding online together. We'd get off, we'd chat, we'd watch scrims. But it's just a different beast when you're watching inside a CODcaster team what all 10 players are doing on the map, how everyone's working together, and now we'll get right back into it. Looks like everything is correct. So here we go. Map 3, Optic, G2. And we know how important Control these opening breaks are.
Yeah, when you talk about Arsenal Control, typically teams try to attack this site first. It's really hard for the defense to retake it, just due to the nature of it, right? How does the defense retake it based on their spawns? Either to one, try to send a guy on the flank, which Blast is doing, maybe go outer guns, or try to flood through the lobby, and that's just so difficult to do. And Optic right now have a 5-kill lead. They already have about 2 ticks on this A site, looking real comfortable. And G2 has to think, do we push for this one more time, or are we just going to allow Optic to have that extra amount of time and just defend me?
Yeah, we've seen that strategy on many maps. Just give it up and focus on next. You don't want to just, you know, basically pound your head into a wall just trying to fly in against a 4 or 5 stack. So they give it up. It's already an 8-man advantage for Optic Gaming. They're at the next spot. They've got a trophy down teammates, but ultimately he finds the kill when it matters.
カンピーが出たのが悪い。
G2's just getting steamrolled right now.
Yeah, they gotta pick it up slaying wise. That was my biggest concern when again just looking at the roster. Like, who are your superstars? It could be Decimate and Blastful, but last year they had their moments, but they were also inconsistent at times.
Do you think there's less upset potential when you talk about respawns? There's less upset potential in something like Control maybe versus CTF?
I think so, because
a little bit more heavy in a way, or
absolutely. But I think again on a game mode like Control, if you're able to get a solid break off, get a 5-kill advantage, you could play with that.
And we're so early in the game too. We don't know what kind of strategies are going to come out for teams down the road, right? There might be a whole lot more that we're throwing out. Is that Dashy 180ing someone again?
Yeah, we should just let's just watch Dashy.
Yeah, let's get the Dashy cam. All right, Bruce, let's see what you got. I don't think we're going to see much more. Is the third point's about to go. Optic's going to get the first round. They have a 16-4 advantage right there. There comes the final point. And honestly, that just looked comfortable from the opening seconds. Once they got control of Inner Lab, it kind of snowballed from there. It felt like, at least it feels like at some point, even if you get that early break, like at some point the team fights back a little bit. At no point did G2 have any semblance of control. They didn't even get set up for the next control point.
And you saw what Blastful and Facenda were trying to do. They were trying to maybe set up a couple of spawn kills, just really stagger the push of Optic Gaming, but then Dashy turned on Facenda, so that didn't happen.
Yeah, that hurts. That does hurt. Karma back on Optic Gaming. We may have heard what Krim said in his stream the other day. Just a guy you cannot replace. One of the, I guess, the regrets of his career was dropping him off the squad, but now he's back, and Optic Gaming looking to steamroll through the competition yet again. TJ tries to pop up into Vince, but Chino ready and waiting with that song.
You see G2 kind of
catch a different hit. Yeah.
Catch him off guard. Optic, they were trying to go towards that window. They were trying to go towards that middle lobby. Instead, G2 go towards the B site. Karma tries to go on a bit of a flank, has the help of TJ. And they don't get the second tick. It is so important for Optic Gaming to defend that, but Decimate and Chino are still here. And G2, they have a 4-kill advantage right now as they continue to attack B.
And they're set up inside of Optic's lobby, so Decimate getting shots in basically off a spawn. He will get cleaned up as Dashy comes flying out. Dashy, if he gets a second here, how huge that would be for their positioning. But the help is now in, so they'll shut it down. Wait, did they still... Did they get the second tick? I don't think they did. I don't think they did. I thought with that second push, surely they were going to get it. So they're going to wrap now back into A. They've got first point, kind of the first tick done for either site, but still a lot of work to do for G2.
Yeah, let's go over to TJ. TJ's trying to do a bit of a flank. As soon as TJ gets in a position, Optic's going to go. Ready? So he's going to get taken down. Now, basically, that forces the guys out of window to push on out, and Optic trying to defend this site, and it's looking like they're going to be able to do it. Decimate the last player alive, and watch that play clock. Only 50 seconds left. G2 Esports have to cap at least one to extend that time.
And like the man advantage you have for G2 isn't that valuable now because of the time against them. They have to make the play. They have to at least get one of these points, obviously, to try and extend it. You can't just trade kills. You got to get some control. They should be able to get A here. Looks like Optic's going to try and contest. They looked at it. Looks like they decided to just give up the point, focus back on their spawn, and now set up for B as you get another minute on the point here or another minute on the objective for G2.
And just look at the map. Now G2 has a decision. You have about 90 seconds. You don't have to go for B right away. You can try to get some kills, send guys towards that turret side, through the guns, and set up some spawn kills, or they can try to wrap through their base. They're trying to really take control of both lobbies. One player going through the vents. That's going to be Chino. He's going to get taken down. Still a 2-kill lead. But the big thing with offense is you just need one good push. No matter how many lives you have left, if there's 5 of you, you get one push. There's always that opportunity where you can capture the site.
Well, it's going to be difficult for them right now for G2. You've got Karma basically pushed up into office. So he found actually 2 kills basically on them coming out of spawn. So the 2 players that are trying to push towards B have to wrap back and deal with that pressure. And Krim, you know how difficult it is to find a kill after being meleeed. It messes up everything with regards to your aim and control of the reticle, but he's still somehow able to find it. Now it looks like G2 want to take the push through mid instead of that front office.
And that's what I thought they should have done
Their last team push for the most part.
Well, Ricky able to find a couple of kills. Now watch Facendo. Facendo and Ricky are both in a couple of great positions to get some spawn kills. This is what they can do with the time left on the clock. They're trying to find them. Facendo on a huge flank. Ricky just needs to stay alive there. Instead, the trades go the way of Optic. Now 7 versus 5. Can Facendo find time for his team to push up? But Optic Gaming, you still have a 3-man setup over here, but Blastful finds another one. Now 5 versus 4. G2 might pull this round out, and it starts with Facendo just being a nuisance in the Optic Gaming base.
There's so little time remaining, though. Just 7.8 seconds on the clock. Can Optic do this from down 2 players? 3v with the back. They're able to do that. They find 2 kills, turn it into this 3v3. What a dagger this could be. They come flying up the steps, but G2 ready and waiting. They find the round.
But you heard the Tempest at the end. So G2 did invest one of their specialists to make sure they secured that round. They did not want Optic to go up 2-0.
It's one of those things where you just think we lose this round, we lose the series. They just feel like they have to pull it off. I mean, then maybe that's props to Optic in some sense by forcing that out of them, just making it so close down the stretch.
And they had the kill advantage, but we saw what Facena was able to do. That's sort of a different strategy in control, setting up those spawn kills, being a nuisance. He was basically making a 4 versus 3 in the front for his team. He was containing 2 guys in Optic spawn.
Yeah, it just splits the team in half, right? Tied up at 1-1. This is where G2 has to show some life. If you're just joining us, Optic Gaming 1 map away from getting this victory and starting out, the perfect 6-0 map count. Karma goes soaring in. The grab slam just connects with 1. But Optic looking to bounce back after that round loss. We'll see how they deal with it. I'm going to hop to an Astro Gaming listening in here with Optic Gaming.
Yo, he's outer pillar, pushing up the mid hard point. Pushing up the mid hard point.
Right pillar, guys.
Left, you got me, right pillar.
Nice, good job.
Nice, keep holding in there. One's in our vent,
in our
kitchen,
under. In our kitchen, on the hill with me. In our kitchen.
No. Bless.
In our kitchen,
Brandon. Flanking you guys. Flank you guys.
Behind you, our side, guys.
We're behind him.
He's got a SOG. He's our right side pillar.
Another one there, so I came in the lobby.
What pillar, right? He's right. Wait, Damon.
Got him. Our large side, Ian.
I'll get him.
One shot. Another one there, lobby.
Watch
Came out, left pillar.
Left pillar, guys.
Left pillar, really weak, half health.
There's one shot. Bed.
We're gonna be van or window.
Someone watch my bed. Watch my bed. Window.
Go help him, I got her pinched.
Vent.
Window, absolute Ricky.
All good. All there. Go window.
Pushing him right.
Yeah, rest on me.
Ricky with window.
Yeah, I think he hit window. 2 go in our lobby. One's he's left pillar.
Are we hitting A here?
We should go away. You guys should go window or something.
They're not peeking left.
Got 1 push here.
Guy was left.
Left weak. He's green box.
Yeah, 2 left.
One guy's green box.
2 left, 2 window.
Wait, let's back. Back up, come B.
Oh, in vent.
On jet.
There's 1 vent, 1 on B. Vent. Last guy's vent.
I get on it.
I'm on it. Vent.
Come in, come behind.
Lobby, nice, good job.
I don't have pinch yet. I don't have it yet.
Someone get
I
it.
Watch lobby.
You gotta get it, Seth.
Watch lobby.
Oh, yo, in our spawn, our window, Desi, saw it.
Five steps.
I'm stunned for a while. Lobby.
One shot jet.
Lobby, I'm stunned.
We're coming.
With a second and a half remain on to B. It's TJ dancing, trying to do what he can, and just a little bit short to slide in, but what a defensive hold early in that round from G2. Spectacular stuff is Optic just couldn't find an opening. You heard the comms. They were just trying to decide where to hit. It seemed like they were a little bit, I guess maybe
they weren't
a little staggered. Yeah, a little bit staggered at times.
You heard Karma and a couple of the guys say, we should hit window side. And then you see, like, you need to push together. We did see at the end, they finally make a good push together. They're able to get on it, but just seems like they didn't listen to each other.
Well, that's even, I was listening to, I think the comms with Revan as he was talking to the guys on the G1 side, but he's like, even if it's not the right call sometimes in control, just do something together. If you're doing it together, things can work out. If you just trade effectively at times, you can make the play. There, yeah, just a little bit off, a little bit staggered.
Yeah, here comes Ricky trying to get a grab slam, is able to find one, but Karma locking down that window side of the map. Chino with the SOG, that's a little bit interesting to me. I mean, he's been such a stellar AR over the years. He's rocking that SMG role. I guess when you have Faceno and Ricky on the team, someone's got to do it.
Well, think about last year. Last year, he was switching between. He was all over the place. Yeah. Far STG. I know they're both ARs, but kind of an identity crisis at some points last year. Now, we'll see what he can do with that SOG. It's a massive advantage for Optic early in this. If you just talk about the lives, 26-20. Couple of kills though, gonna come in for G2 as they try to narrow that gap.
Well, just look at what G2 did. You see 3 of them in the window, and there was 4. Like, they just made a solid team push together. Now, can they execute? Flashful able to find a couple of kills. TJ is able to find that second one, but there's that contest from G2.
More often than not, if you're not dealing with a specialist like a Tempest or War Machine or something like that, that swarm mentality, it can work. Regardless of where you are on the map, you can make the play.
Yeah, speaking of specialists, you imagine with a 2-1 how deep we are into this game. We're going to start seeing them come out. You do have the War Machine on Decimate. Viceno has Vision Pulse on the side of Optic. Yep, basically everything. Chino does pop the Tempest, so Optic, if they don't defend A with it, they're going to have to block their specialists if they want to go to a round number 5. They have to defend the B site.
See if they're going to get a chance for a round number 5. Is A close to being captured. There's a presence there on B. The Tempest is going to drop, and Chino and some kills go the way of Optic Gaming. The nice thing for Optic, even though, you know, the defense has been tough and G2's broken in a couple of times, you've still maintained that man advantage throughout the course of this entire game. Even if it's narrow like it is in 2 kills, they're looking to push this to that 5th and final round. Crimson's doing what he can inside events, but unfortunately, flank from Jacinto, but the trade is there. Just under 30 seconds now remaining on the clock, but A is going to be captured by G2. They'll get an extra minute to work with. Now Optic's got to try and hold. You don't have lives to toy with if you're, well, really either side, but especially G2.
Yeah, I want to see what G2 does, if they do something a little bit differently, because last time they were in this position, they backed on up to their lobby. Okay, so Decimate's going to try to cluster on in. That might connect with TJ. Does it on the way, but look at number 7. That's Ricky going on a big flank, but Krim is in the back waiting for this. And Krim just spots him, but he dropped down, gets some bad timing.
Wow, okay.
Still able to win the gunfight, but still it's 5 versus 5. And if you're Optic, you have to pop your specialist. There we go. There's attack 5 boost. Able to find one. Ooh, the attack 5. Almost held 4 versus 4. It's desperation time. Karma though, able to go through the vent and find 2.
3v2 now for Optic. Final seconds of this game. Suddenly 1 remaining for G2. It's going to be Ricky healing up and trying to make the play, but the Optic swarm comes forward. And we will get to a 5th and final round in our game 3 of Control here on our...
Entertaining Control so far.
It has, yeah. And now, well, this is what's going to be nuts. We still have, what I think TJ has, the War Machine. I think Dashy, I believe, has his Tempest still.
I don't know how much they held on to. I did see the Vision Pulse popped on the side of Optic. I did see... Yeah, TJ still had War Machine. They used Tac 5.
We'll see here at the beginning what they have left, but they used a couple.
You're hoping if you're G2, you do have an advantage, right? That is one good thing when you have the round advantage in Control. You don't have to invest in too many. Yeah, Decimate, he has his War Machine. Yep. Blastful's close to Tac 5, but you have a lot.
You have your big hitters. You have your Grab Slam. You have TJ with the War Machine, and you have the Tip to work with, so a lot of utility right now for Optic Gaming.
Yeah, Karma's trying to set this up.
You got to give them the edge.
He wants to hit it. You know he wants to hit it. Not going to do it right there, but they're able to trade. But as soon as I say that, Chino finds a couple of kills.
I think he picked up 3 ultimately in that, so we'll see if he can keep it rolling. 4 in a row now for Chino as him and Ricky hold inside the site, and that gives them just a couple life advantage, but now Optic Gaming looks they want to mix it up. They kind of want to push through that side of the map and try to get in the window like we saw G2 do a couple rounds ago. And they're able to do just that. Nice shots from Dashy inside a window.
Viceno though pushes up this office side. There's attack 5 boost out of Blastful. Nice shots with that Maddox. And now what does G2 decide to do? How are they going to retake this? It looks like they're waiting for the flank from Blastful. And I believe that's Ricky coming through window. It's almost to 2 ticks, but Ricky's just being annoying, but Dashy able to find a couple.
Optic looking to finish off A now as you see the rotation come in from G2. Live still about the same, but now this is where you have the War Machine, you have the Tempest, the 2 big hitters down from Optic Gaming. Wimate on your screen also has to work with. That's it. That's all you've got. You've got the War Machine. Now it's going to come into play. You've got to get great value right now. The trophy actually pops and kills Scum, so I guess the War Machine sort of works out there. He's able to find 1, but Optic as they push forward. The trophy's doing everything right now. Now the Grab Slam in from Karma as he finds a pair. Still just a minimal, just up 1 life as G2, but you still, again, have that War Machine, you have that Tempest on Optic.
Now Chino has to know there's someone in their spawn. He spawned very far away towards that elevator elbow. He's got to know something's up, and yeah, TJ's still behind them being a nuisance, but on the other side is Blastful, who's able to find a couple of kills.
Yeah, it's like both teams kind of position to make play. Just the difference is you have, what, 2 or 3 players from G2 kind of pushed up into the office side of the map. Optic might not even have a good opportunity to use are they gonna have to use these specialists just get out of their spawn?
Yeah, they might just go through that window side towards that gun side and just give up this side of the map and maybe try to take a push from G2 spawn. You have Chino locking down middle. I like that play out of Chino, just being patient. Him and Decimate able to find a couple. Now a 7-kill lead. Tempest is popped by Dashy. It's playmaking time for the cluster. Gonna slow him down a little bit and look at Krim. Krim's in a really good position to find a couple of kills off spawn.
Krim 6.
Find the second, but this will give Optic a little bit of a presence towards the middle of the map. But Dashy's starting to snap.
Knows he's got one close left. Call comes in. It's actually Karma's able to pick up the kill, and now they're in with 16 seconds remaining. It's going to be so hard to push Steps. He still has 6 in the chamber. Only a couple seconds remaining. Trying to snap them both sides back out. Down 1, but they can make the
5v3.
the play. War Machine now in for TJ.
Yeah, Ricky has a crash slam, able to connect with 1. Now a 6
Oh my god.
4 versus 2 with TJ. He runs out. Can they clutch up? They get the second tick, but here comes G2. There's that first kill. Karma finds another one. Now a 2 versus 2. G2 are split.
TJ and Karma,
they gotta go.
They have to bring in. Cheeto can't win the gunfight. 1-on-1. 1-on-1.
Oh my god.
Gets it done. Takes the gunfight, and there is the 3-0 for Optic. But woo, that was a fun control.
We should be going to him. Number 4. That was very. They have the 4 versus 2 advantage. You know the War Machine's gone. There's only 2 players on that hill, on that objective. It's going to go up very slow. Wait for each other off spawn. And well, TJ, Hallie, and Karma take care of business.
What a clutch. And I think that type of scenario is exactly why we've been excited about Control. Like, yes, it's those scenarios that are so similar to the scenarios in a 2v4. Like, you found TJ and Karma, and you see the disappointment now on G2. I see you looking at the stats, Joe. What stands out?
Yeah, I think you got to talk about Karma. 7,300 damage. He doubled Scump. Scump only had 3,800. What a game out of the 3-time.
Optic yet to drop a map, a perfect off. Let's toss it over to the desk. Katie, boys, break it down.
Thank you, Maven. Of course, that was Optic making their presence known there on the main stage. But here on Bravo, actually, we are swinging into map 2 with Red Reserve and Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, Red Reserve, they actually look pretty good, but I know, Peck, you were watching this game with me, and it was back and forth.
That was a great game, man.
Very, very close. Very, very close, but Red Reserve, they managed to just kind of close it out right at the very end when they needed to. But EG, I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed.
I expected them to take that first map. They called themselves Hardpoint Gods. They're calling them gods. They got beat off rotation at the end, but it honestly was back and forth. Really good game.
Now we see to what, 230? I think is what the final score was. So it was a pretty close game. Red Reserve looking to bounce back here. This could be a fight for who gets second in this group. So this is a very important match right now.
Huge match.
Also, because this game just started, can we just talk about what just happened? Are we just gonna?
Oh yeah.
We can't. I feel like we can't gloss over what Damon just did.
I mean, that was Optic putting their
Dashy
foot down.
with a Tempest, like, bro, missed a 3-time. Looks like he gonna be missing a 4-time in the end of the year.
Optic definitely clutched up big at the end. G2, like Joe said, G2 messed that up horrifically. Somebody ran on the outskirt of the map. Another player hit lobby. They were all alone in a 4v2. Just group, like Joe said, get together, trade it out, and win the map.
Yeah, that got my heart pumping, man. I love Control. I love Control, but getting a 3-0 like that—that's a statement right there. Optic setting themselves apart from some of the middle of the pack teams.
And talking to 3-0s, I know LG on Charlie, they also had a 3-0 result against UYU. So
Gunless dominated again.
Shakara? Who would have thought?
Here's the thing about that Optic G2 match is like, Splice, they went game 5 with them. Right, Optic just 3-0'd G2 so fast. They dominated them. I mean, that game 3 was pretty close. Obviously, G2 probably should have won it, but that's a statement match. But moving on to this Red EG game. Red has bounced back pretty good here. Up 1-0 and up 2-0 in the search and destroy.
I mean, their games earlier on were pretty close against LG. It's not like they got necessarily blown out. A couple of small mistakes, which, I mean, you guys know as former competitors, you can kind of fix as the tournament goes on.
Yeah, and they actually played this map at Search and Destroy. And remember, that was the game where we saw all those mistakes, especially later in the game where they messed up their specialist rounds. I highly doubt Red Reserve's the type of team to not go back to those mistakes. And, we kind of see that right now where they're sitting at up 2-0. They're kind of had a trial run on this map, and they're able to, fix some of their mistakes going into it. But yeah,
1v3.
Yeah, it was.
But now it's a 1v30. I mean, 30
He doesn't have time. He doesn't have time.
I believe, Pack. I believe.
That would have been dirty though. But hey, he's working on his streaks. Also working on his specialist. That War Machine can be super deadly in Search and Destroy. 2-1. Red Reserve.
Making the map look pretty too. Spraying some chickens. So it needs to do. But Red Reserve looking good. here in this search and destroy. The 3-0 lead, like you said. Pretty good stuff. And to your point, adapting Nameless, you know, improving from what we saw earlier on. Because the mistakes you saw in the round 11 with specialists.
I mean, yeah, that's going to be huge. Like, I remember in Black Ops 3 when people, you know, started to figure out specialists were huge. You can't just kind of use them to your liking. You got to kind of coordinate a team push with it. It takes a while before, you know, teams figure out that best play and what they want to do. You know, incorporating 2-at-1, like popping a vision pulse
the key, right?
and using your Tempest, or popping the vision pulse and using your War Machine, kind of just working together. And even using a crash like the TAC-5 and going in with the grab spikes. Like, you got to be able to incorporate those at the same time, and it's a little bit sloppy out of a lot of the teams thus far.
That's when you see those comebacks too, when they're not used correctly. When you don't coordinate properly, the teams end up burning through their specialists. Other team earns theirs. They're coming from behind, run off. You know,
they use theirs properly, and all of a sudden you're like,
now it's 5-5.
I know you guys remember that Envy phase game earlier, that 6-0.
Yeah. I remember.
Something the fans at home might not be used to, but I think we're going to see a lot of 6-0, 6-1s this year. It's going to be a lot different than it usually is, and the reason being is when you're steamrolling in the beginning and players are going off and you pick up those specialists, you're able to just close those rounds out.
Snowball effect,
right? It's a snowball effect. Whereas in previous years it wasn't really like that. But that's why this year we're seeing leads being you know, extended in search and destroy, and people dominating towards the as many 6-3, 6-4s.
Just theoretically, to your point, you know, you win the early rounds, you're gonna get your specialists quicker. You may even get some streaks, and if it does,
sheesh.
It's more a little bit of a choke on you.
Excuse me?
Zero is nasty. I tied. Really?
Zero's that guy that just like, he just takes over something.
That would have been a yikes for me if he did win that one. But 3-1 for EG. They get their first round on the board. And this is an important game overall in the grand scheme of things. I know you two, Pack and you touched on this great length, but in terms of where you'll finish in your pool, right?
Yeah.
We've said this pool is so tough. For Red Reserve losing to LG earlier on, this is huge for them to bounce back and potentially come out into the winner's bracket. We know they're cursed last year in World War II. It always felt like they were always in the losers. They may as well start at the tournament in the losers bracket.
It's also a way for Red Reserve to figure out like how good they really are.
Agreed.
Because you don't know, like playing the LG team, you know, Gunless caught fire, maybe just like a one-man show just dominating you. That happens sometimes. You let a player get the best of you. And Red Reserve, you know, they haven't been able to play too many NA teams other than this last few days. Maybe take them a little bit of time to acclimate. But be a team that looks solid in their first game.
And it's important to know as well, their control, Red Reserve's control looked very
dances.
Yeah, well, good point. Good point. In terms of what they were able to do against LG, I mean, going into games out of control, I would have thought LG would have been fantastic at it. I probably would have thought it would have been one of their better games. In fact, their sheer gun skill alone will allow you to hit pretty much any control point you want.
If you look at the map right now, it's just weird, like seeing what EG's goal is right now. See, this play wouldn't even have come close to being okay if Royalty didn't win his one-on-one on the opposite side of the map. He made a solo hero play, won his one-on-one, and then wins another one-on-one against Zero to pretty much, you know, secure this round. They should be able to close this one out. But I really don't like those hero plays. It's going to work out here. But maybe not. Never mind. It didn't work. See, exactly. So when you take those hero plays, it takes so long. It takes so long to get around the map, and you end up screwing your team over in the end. Like, he hit a wide flank. He does pick up 2 kills, but it takes so long. His whole team's waiting for him.
And then you also lose trade potential. Good. If he doesn't win his one, you instantly lose the round. You instantly lose the round. Exactly.
Because at that point, what happens is your guy that was dedicated to hitting the flank, he has now given up your entire flank at that point, and you're fighting a man down. So
it forces you to try to take back part of the map that you lost. Now you got to push different areas. You lost the round.
Glance over at Coach Revan. He's shaking his head, not impressed with that last round.
Yeah, because he saw the Royalty play.
On the bright side, though, if you are an EG fan, there is at least a streak at play. It's going to be Exotic, who's earned himself a Lightning. It just comes down to now using that in the correct way. He has a War Machine available too.
Yeah, I like this play. Sometimes you'll see teams send all 5 people over towards that A-bomb site, kind of hit the stack. And the reason I think they did it is so they could sit here and use that lightning strike and push them all back into their top office. Goonjar's in a pivotal spot right here. He has to hold this down. He has to pick up one before he goes down, or it's going to be really tough. Team kill.
Well,
Exotic.
Great lightning.
He didn't even need to use that lightning, though. I don't understand. They had a full setup.
Yeah.
I don't hate the lightning.
I don't believe in wasting those kind of resources like that.
I don't hate it because on that bomb is really really tough. You trapped in that bomb, it's really hard to get out of there. That was one of the worst rounds I've ever seen a team with a lightning strike and a bomb down I've ever seen.
And a war machine. They just invested so much.
I mean, at that point, you have to invest in war machine because you're trying to damage limitate, right? You're like, you kind of need to win this round.
That's game over right there. They're gonna.
The thing I don't understand is, if you're thinking about using a lightning strike, why not, when you have bomb down, 40 seconds, you're forcing the team to come to you, just ping it. Just use the ping, get your information, take your gunfights from there, and then worst case scenario, you still have a lightning strike. But imagine he had the lightning strike there. You just drop it on the bomb. You win the round.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I think that a good play would have been to maybe drop back, use the lightning, and then retake again. But I don't totally hate the lightning strike usage. What I hate was that Gunjar was the only player sitting on that flank holding that, and he decides to lay down and then just run away. They needed to try to get one.
They quick planted A and then had no plan afterwards when they could have just controlled their side. You said it's hard to get off the bomb, true, but since there was no opposition there, they literally could have backed up the goon.
Should have backed up.
They could have backed up the goon.
And then use the lightning and then retake.
Yes, exactly.
That's a good point. This is over. Joe, of course, now with some shrieks, he's going to let him rain in. Slows down the Hellstorm, drops it in, and finds himself a pick.
This EG team needed that first hard point, man. They really did. I've seen them scrim. I've been watching. Their control does not look strong. Their hard point looks incredibly strong. Their control doesn't. Losing a close map like that gets you down. Now look at them.
If I'm not mistaken, they dropped, it was 3-0 in EG's first game against UYU. They went and played control. They got 3-0 to Nat. You look at Red Reserve beating LG early on in the day in control 3-1. To me, I think you're absolutely right. I think the series could be over.
That was a dominant performance at Red Reserve. They learned their lesson earlier, played it completely different. They look very good right there. Joe going off. Exotic was actually 12-4 for the squad. It wasn't enough. They need to go back to the drawing board, figure out some new strats, come up with something new.
They got to veto this map. They don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
They don't know what they're doing on this map.
That's a veto. That's a veto.
Oh, here we go. Here's a close one.
Yeah, of course, and that is Splice and Pittsburgh Knights here on Delta.
This is as close as it is.
What's PSID?
Knights is good. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Good.
Knights is good. They're just good. Good team.
I'm not saying they're not. I expected a lot more from Splice.
I said this going into the tournament. I've been on point with some of my predictions.
Day one.
They won their match. What do you mean you've been on point? They won.
What I'm saying so far is come true. But listen, like I said, Splice, I wasn't completely sold on them yet. We'll see how they do going forward. But either the Knights are just nasty.
The Knights aren't nasty, and they did not look good. I watched them throw away pointless shot. We're gonna forget the 2v1 they had against Scum.
Yeah, I mean that was terrible. That was terrible.
Right, but it's fundamental mistakes like that which you make against good teams, and you're gonna get punished. Like you can't. Like that's a simple mistake.
Absolutely.
That's why I don't think they're nasty.
Yeah, you're adding.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing.
Yeah,
the irony is he's gonna go to game 5.
Splice has to be able to beat teams like this in hardpoint if they want to dominate series. I don't think this is a team that can rely on Search and Destroy, although I think they'll be solid. So
no, I think he got counter-tempted by Aqua here.
Yeah, I don't think Splice is going to be able to rely on Search. I think they'll be a strong Search team, but I don't think they're going to be able to.
It's just Tempest galore in the hill. Still no hill control. What does that mean for spawns? Still spawning back, so the contest is going to be so heavy. I'm worried. I'm getting flashbacks.
If they lose again, they're going to go crazy.
This
is going to be the end of the Pittsburgh Knights right here. It's going to be the end of the Pittsburgh Knights.
Day one, first event.
It's all down to this last rotation.
I mean, they have streaks, right? I'm pretty sure someone from Splice just got streaks, yeah. Aqua with a Hellstorm and a Lightning.
Aqua.
Accent.
And he's going to call in the Lightning Strike right now. Pender with a big two-piece. That could just get pretty loud right behind us. But Aqua answering back with the two-piece Lightning Strike and also calling in the Hellstorm. Splice should be able to gain control here. That was a two-piece. He actually gets Lacefield answering back with the War Machine. There's just so much going on right now. Drones inbound.
Grab slam.
Everything invested in this last hill.
Dude, chaos. But Splice, they're in the hill. And it comes down.
They're all pinned. The drones are going to pin them down. They're going to pick up a kill. Parasite answering back with a two-piece. War Machine is out for Temp. He can make the hero play right now if he can pick up this kill.
Oh my lord. Absolute chaos.
8 seconds left. I think Splice is going to be able to do it. All I have to do is kill this last player. It's just going to be late.
They don't have time to get to the hill.
3 seconds left on the clock.
And he's only from middle. 2 players from middle. Parasite last man. He goes.
Oh, bro.
Wow. That's a rough L to take.
Splice is so good.
I mean, that's a great comeback. Credit credit where credit's due, but I'm not saying that
is twice.
But it is twice that we've seen that happen.
The first one was worse. First one.
They were both pretty bad.
I don't know, man. That was actually, yeah, you're probably right. The first one was pretty bad. Actually, when you think about it.
Do you think though that it was closer, slightly closer at the very end there than you would have expected?
I mean, I just expected the Knights to win that map. When we first went into it, the way they were playing was fantastic. They had hill control. They were playing. They were set up. They looked good. It's just those last two hills, they just got dominated on them.
I mean, they had
streaks.
Splicers gave up that other hill and they rotated to the third hill in the lab. Held that time, the weird Tempest battle that we just saw. Everyone was on the.
They're picking up those streaks on rotation because they were at a disadvantage, and then he called in the drones. He got an entry, used the Hellstorm. He pretty much spearheaded right into that hill. I think the Knights thought they could rotate, set up, and just win. Obviously, wasn't the case.
And I think that does that come down to maybe specialist tracking? Because if you think about it, 5v5, first of all, more chaotic than what players are used to. We didn't have specialists last year. Now, in those crunch times, I felt maybe like Pittsburgh Knights were like, we have a war machine. We can rotate a little late, we'll use it, but little did they know, well, Splice had a war machine as well. We saw a Grav Slam come in as well. There was basically just every specialist you could possibly imagine
I don't think
on
you
that
can
final
plan
hill.
for that. I don't think you can plan for it or counter it.
Right?
But
it's so hard to track that.
Like right there was like a special case though. They saved all their stuff for the end, for that last hill, for that final battle, and it was epic. But they were, wasn't enough for the Knights.
We actually did have another epic moment that we're going to swing back to now. Previously on Alpha with Optic, and that's your play of the game presented by Scuff and featuring TJ Halley.
This was just silly, by the way. 3v6.
Where's the trophy?
This was a 3v6 to start things off, right? Now a 2v4. Who is that? Who is that making the
Blast? He almost made a good play right there.
Decimate, push lobby alone. TJ goes huge.
Face God.
One thing that did go unnoticed right there was Karma actually looks outside the map and picks up Blast. Blast tried to, you get 3 seconds when you jump out of the map before you can jump back in. And typically players wouldn't look there. I don't know if Karma caught a glimpse of him when he jumped out, but if he just checked it like that, that is the ultimate heads up play.
His awareness was on the level of that is checked.
I feel like he had to have seen
him.
There's no way. In that time, you're telling me as a player, you would have gone, hold on a minute, we're 4 seconds away from losing. Let me check outside the map.
He's the only player I'll give the benefit of the doubt that would just win.
Actually, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's
I would do this right now.
That's a game of play. That's a game of play.
There's no way I'm doing that at the very end. I'm getting flanked and it's over.
Do you think this is what we should have been expecting to see right out of the bat from Optic there?
Oh yeah, they haven't dropped the map today, if I'm not mistaken, and that's what we expected to see. They're the favorite team coming in this tournament. They took care of business. A little help from G2, but they did what they had to do, and that's what we wanted to see.
I mean, they do need to give a good showing because, of course, in World War II, they did not take an open event.
Yep, all the pressure, they have a lot of pressure on their shoulders. The 2 new players they picked up. TJ, he had a good year last year, but going into a new team,
had a great
he wants to continue that. And also Dashy has a lot of pressure as well, trying to get that, first win, or let alone first top 8 placing.
I will say, I don't even think it's that they didn't win a championship last year. I think it's more so how the year ended. Like, you look at champs, they don't even make it to the nationwide arena. I mean, that's like a bit of disappointment. It's a horrible way for them to end their year. So now you have this kind of new roster that's formed, and they're trying to forget all about that. And online at least they've been great. They've come here to
Scump admitted it. He said it on himself. He said, I just did not play good last season. I was not good at the game. He can own up to that. That's a big thing that you can do. Your soul and say, my bad. Yeah, I was not good. That's
well,
tough
they also dropped Karma.
Okay. Yeah, and now he's back dropping 7,300 damage.
We're gonna bring that up every single time.
That's the thing. 7,300 damage in that control game. Like, what? Absurd numbers. Absurd numbers.
Coming up next, actually, on Alpha, we are gonna have E-United versus Reciprocity. E-United in a rather sluggish game against Mindfreak earlier today, and I want to know, do you think that was more E-United struggling, Mindfreak just playing very well, kind of a combination of both?
It was probably a combo of both. First game jitters, but EU, yeah, I expect them to play a lot better than that. I think if Mindfreak took that game too, it would have been in some series. I think Mindfreak would have just rolled through the rest of that series. I think United would have been compromised.
United was sitting right behind us playing that match, and I didn't hear Clay once. I just don't think that they were fully into it yet.
Sure.
And they still pulled out the win.
First game on Friday.
You know how Clay is. Once Clay gets roaring, it'll be a completely different team than we just saw in that match.
The one thing I found super interesting, and I was speaking to Nameless about it, was I turned around to Europe because they were playing like right there, and I pointed out the seating arrangement. And to me, it's super interesting. You have Cap in the middle, Clay on one end, and Abizi sat right between 2 just veteran leaders. It's like, you have 2 people who can basically just babysit the new guy, right? The new kid on the block is
he said,
I mean,
Niki.
True, but you know what I mean in terms of like decision making, like especially in control. Like if you're dead and Abyss is alive, you have two vets who can basically just glance over and be like, "You're doing the right thing. You are doing the right thing. We're good." Like to me, I think that's pretty interesting.
Absolutely.
We did, of course, just see Optic Gaming 3-0G2 in rather fantastic fashion there on the Alpha. And coming up next, it's going to be E-United versus Reciprocity on Alpha as we continue the very first day of CWL Las Vegas. It is sure to be exciting. We can't wait to see it on Alpha coming up. Is almost underway there with United and Reciprocity. But first, we are going to swing back over to Bravo, where we have Red Reserve up 2-0 going into map 3 against Evil Geniuses.
I'm excited for this game. I really am. For Red Reserve, I think it's going to give them a ton of confidence if they're able to come out and get 3-0. I think it's confidence they need. But something I was just thinking about, this is completely off topic, a little bit of a side note. Dashy's Canadian, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, Dashy and Karma, the Canadian duo. Sorry, I was just thinking about it. I was just thinking about it because I was looking at the play from the other.
Karma's not even Canadian anymore.
Vincent can't get Optic off his mind.
I mean, they're just playing well. What do you want me to say? I gave him a hard time all of last year. I was the only one that never had him winning a championship, and I was the one that was right. But hey, they're playing well.
Their
Anyway,
team is nasty. But let's move on
to this one.
EG and Red Reserve. 1-1 right now.
I really want to I really want to see EG pull this out so we can see that next hard point, man. Because that first hard point was really close.
It's probably closer than it should have been, to be honest. But to your point, their control hasn't been good. I mean, obviously they have a round under their belt here, but
in general, they looked a little bit behind in control, and that happens with new game types too. Coming to new games, teams are going to pick it up at different pace. Strategies are going to formulate over the course of the season. They'll figure it out.
You can't just, in control, at least spawn and sprint forward. You'll be punished pretty heavily if that's your game plan.
A is a hard site to take over if they're set up like they are right now. You have to kind of just funnel your way through, but the kills are just keep going in the side of Red Reserve. Despite that, it's still only a 9-7 man advantage. Not a lot of time to work with though. If you're
I don't think they have a lot of time to make to formulate a real push here. They just have to go straight at it.
It's a hard side to push.
It is. I think you have to get around like both sides of the hill and converge.
And that's why I feel like whenever you're on attack in your first round, fly it at first. If you get one tick, even if you just get one tick into that hill, that's so big when you get to the later part of the game.
Whoa.
Excuse me?
There was a team kill, I believe, and then Exotic just went ham. There was a guy inside the closet distracting. I think it was Royalty.
He has a clutch grenade as well.
And then Exotic came through the front and just got
up. That was huge.
Excuse me? How? That's not acceptable.
No, it's definitely not acceptable. One player got through the ambulance. He won a one-on-one, got inside this closet, and he baited enough time so Exotic can make this play right here where he gets inside, kills the guys focusing in the closet, and then he's able to make a play. So
How did Red allow that to happen? There was no time.
They lost a one-on-one in an ambulance, and the player got in the closet.
But should it even come down to a 1v1 when you have control?
I mean, I think you need to do a tight setup at that point, or you need to push up when you get those kills. They kind of just waited. They didn't push up too far on the map.
Someone has streaks too, right? I believe, in fact, 2 players from EG have earned themselves streaks. Joe still has a streak as well to his name. In fact, no, Joe doesn't have streaks.
Hold it in.
Hold it in. All right. Well,
seems to be the most common strategy on this map on offense is for a team just to rush B. Every team on this map.
I hate it. I hate it. I much prefer a barrel push or even straight down the middle.
I like it.
Go straight to church.
You go to the heart. I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's high risk, high reward, right?
Of course.
You go to the other site and you just get clean wiped, and then you're screwed the rest of the game.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Guys, it does look like Alpha is finally ready, so if you want to continue watching Red and EG, you can do so on the Bravo stream. But now it is time for United and Reciprocity and Miles and Momo.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, into United versus Reciprocity. 2 teams have already seen a little bit of early today, and now you're going to get a whole lot more. It is Miles and Momo bringing you this one. And you know what? Let's skip the formalities. Let's just get straight into this one.
Let's get into this one. Hardpoint is going down right now. The time is on the clock. Pristini's found himself a double. And again, it's North America versus Europe. I feel like we're repeating game 1 here, Miles, but United kick things off very strong. But Shawnee coming in with a hot 3-piece.
Whoa. Let's calm your farm, brother. This isn't just Europe. They've got Denz there now as well. So
okay.
It's the champions of the Commonwealth. You've got an Australian British team lined up here, excited to see what they can bring to the table, and so far so good. Reciprocity with current control of the hardpoint. United hot on their heels. Waskin now contesting for his life, and in the end, he's going to be pushing up daisies. Now, back into the swing of things, we are going to get the final 20 seconds going towards United, unless anyone from Rec decides to contest. 3 of them pushing their way through mid. You got one of them getting ready for the new, and as you can see, the gunfight is about to go down. Tommy caught napping. Can he find the player from behind? Oh, he doesn't get to do it, and that looks like the hardpoint will roll over straight into the hands of United unless they can get in there now and stop it.
Place to find a nice double there, but as you see the kill feed back and forth here, and the scoreline pretty much resembles that as well. The rotation does go down. If you cast your eyes to the minimap as well, it is all United. We're going to see the Rec Pack pushing through the bottom side now, and as you say, Wolf packing if you like, all in numbers. Can they come out on top? Pristini and Clayster even the odds here as Tommy and Shawnee pick up kills. It is back and forward, but once again, United controlling those spawns so well.
Yeah, tasty hit from behind there for Pristini. He's just got himself in a nice position here in window. He can watch those players making their way through middle. There's his first. Wuskin is going to skin him alive. JCap now next in line. He's going to hold the line as well. And this is a solid hold from Rec. Coming from behind. Nice pinch. Tommy finds his second. And on the turn, not able to make it happen. But Shawnee's there to pick up the pieces. Now, we still have United spawning in position. So as you see, Shawnee's going to have to contend with those players directly off spawn. Can he make something happen here?
He does go down, but I don't think that'll harm him too much. He's going to respawn a lot closer to that next hard point. You see Zed holding that bottom side, the U side if you like, and Tommy roaming around the middle trying to cause up some trouble as well. But as the rotation does go down, this is where we are going to see the Rec Pack in control. They're down by around 25 points here. Can Pristini and the likes of Abisi break through with those SMGs? The answer potentially yes, but Zed denies another. Dens as well getting into the mix, and this is kind of the complete opposite. We're seeing Reciprocity have those better spawns completely. Take over that time, but United, they are putting up a fight here. Tommy, once again, another double kill. 6 kills to his name already.
Yeah, 6-6 for Tommy. We're looking at Shawnee at 8 and 5, as well as Zed at 8 and 7 now. So the kills flying either way, but to be honest, the only name that really sticks out in terms of the kill department is, of course, going to be Pristini at 13 and 5. Better make it 14 now. As you can see, the kills flowing his way. 11 kills, or 11 points now in the hard point for himself. He's doing a lot of work for his team. Still racking up those points, working his way towards streaks of 6-2-5. As you can see, United's dealt slowly but surely making that lead a little bigger than it was before. Rec hot on the heels, but not quite able to make anything big happen yet.
Well, talking of big, I think this is going to be a little bit tasty here as Pristini close to that grab slam as well. He's already got the grapple gun, see when he implements this into the game. But Clayster and Dens once again picking kills up either sides. But the trades are so good from both teams here. No one really, getting 20, 30 points back to back on the flank. No, Pristini finds one, will find the second, tags him up as Abisi slides in and finds a nice double. Staying strong, and this is where we're going to see the equipment let loose as well. Cluster grenades going in and connected. Dens is going to fall on Reciprocity. This is where they're put on that back foot. That was a clean wipeout.
Oh, Pristini is looking very clean right now. Very, very clean. Hasn't used his grab spikes yet. And he's been in a situation where a few times he could have picked up maybe 1 or 2 of them. But I love that reserve, that control, that composure. He's not letting that one go. He's going to hold on to it for a later hard point. J-Cab going down in middle. Trades with Zed. Not something you see too often, but Black Ops 4 is a little too, happens now and then. Trades are relatively common. Back on board with Pristini, running through that hard point. No fear whatsoever. He's going to continue the run, get the final few points here as his teammates set up for the next rotation.
Interesting there. We do see the grab slam on both sides here. And Dens obviously getting a little bit close to that TAC 5. Talking to TAC 5 is actually used on the side of United. However, we are talking a 50-point lead right now. Looking pretty comfortable, but on your screens is Dens. He's had a bit of a slow start here, 7 and 12. I mean, just kind of talking about Dens a little bit, kind of the pressure that brings, joining the team full of European players. For Dens, that's got to be a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's okay. They're all still speaking the same language. It could be more challenging, but for Dens, again, the pressure is on. He's left his home country, he's left Australia, now lives here in Las Vegas with the Rec Pack. Let's see if he can't bring that thunder from down under to the squad, who sorely need the love right now. 25 seconds left in this hard point. Rec are in a position to get a lot of this time, but they do have to contest with the push. Pristini gets the grab slam out. Only gets 1 kill with it, but still, 20 seconds remaining. Still contesting that U. Still contesting top lift. Can Pristini get in there and help apply the pressure?
All right, now as United are getting those scrap points, they're trying to double the score here of Reciprocity. They're nearly there, but you see this rotation. Zed, a very big impact player, finds 2, will find the 3rd as well. Huge there as he gets the TAC 5 boost as well. And what that is doing, he's not only securing himself 4 kills in a row, but he's securing the spawns for Reciprocity. Incredible play from Zed, the remaining 4 players, all of course having that TAC boost, but Clayster, the Tempest nullifies that TAC 5 boost instantly.
See if Clay can't make something happen here. These players are in close range with each other. There's 2. He is going to get the drops. Can he find any more of this one from behind? Great awareness there from Clay. We've seen Tempest rocking teams time and time again here already on the first day of Black Ops 4, and it looks like he's got 6 shots left. A little bit of time left in there, and if he makes 1 more out of it, that would be ideal, but nonetheless, Clayster looking strong. 5 kills in a row for him now. 150 points away from his lightning strike. We need to pick up these kills. He's 25 away. Streaks like his if he can get at least an assist out of this one.
Cheeky little 6-kill streak here coming in for Clay. 17 and 14 finds the lightning strike, and now he's working not only to something like a Hellstorm. He doesn't even have that on. He's actually got the drone squad, and I believe an attack chopper. Maybe a sniper's nest down there actually, but rocking the Maddox here. Can he pick this up? And this is where Clayster starts to play slow. The interesting thing is number 10 on your screen, Dens, is on a bit of a flank. He's decided to turn it around now, so Clayster maybe get some good time, and he will do. That's the drone squad available. And honestly, this drone squad, Miles, talk to me about it. It is annoying.
It's evil. It's like 3 Wallies with wings and a machine gun attached to them. They're just the worst. We're going to see it come in shortly. Clayster locked and loaded. Actually, he manages to get a shot to his teammate there. He's actually 15 points away from that sniper's nest, and now that's going to be it. Fully streaked out. Clayster is equipped now for pretty much any situation. Wuskin picking up tidy 2 pieces. So we roll in the final 25 seconds. They're going to hang in there as best they can. Arcee picks up a nice 3 in the back end with War Machine. That's huge. Still alive, still kicking, still picking up time for United. 178, continuing the run. Reciprocity have been pushed against the ropes time and time again. And you can see Asti still aware of those players are still going to be spawning in that position. He knows that they're still back there. And oh, that was a nice predictive shot. Doesn't manage to get anything out of that one, but regardless, lovely bit of work here from E United. They're looking strong form, stronger form than they've had today.
Definitely E United, obviously a little bit iffy to say the least. But it's day one for these guys. Obviously a long weekend ahead. They're looking to break that 200-point mark. Den securing the sniper's nest, and we are going to see one player fall to his death. But Clayster, it is not you for once. Getting back onto the action here. Wuskins now has the Tempest. Can he connect? Yes, he can. Could have been a double there. The grab slam coming in from Zed, and this is big for Reciprocity. See if they can get back into this. As we see that Tempest still lighting it up, almost kind of fending off a United, if you like, a danger strike.
Yeah, Wuskins' Tempest already striking fear into the hearts of many an opponent. Now, Clayster's drone squad is now on the field. They have to contend with that. Anywhere where Clayster goes, they will surely follow. And again, the death that rains down from these little suckers is the stuff of nightmares. Abyssy, tack 5 out. He's going to be juicing the squad. Here comes the push. As we get ready to settle that final hard point and roll back over. The United already in position. Pristini, shoulder peek out. Lovely shots. Pristini and Asnis gives him the little bit of Guardian Angel over the shoulder. Continuing the play. Pristini can stay alive here. Has a grab slam. Lovely bit of work with Asnis. Pristini there. You can see the drone squads coming through. And E United are now 30 points from that win.
Yeah, looking to secure this, and there we go. The grab slam potential 3, finds 2, but JCap cleans things up, and Reciprocity back against the ropes here. Lightning strike coming down, and E United are running away with this, and this is a huge confidence boost going into game number 2 as we see the score streaks being put through that pace. 30 seconds left, they can end it right here. Hellstorm available, Drone Squad available. Ladies and gentlemen, E United have put on a show. Reciprocity, they almost look a little lost here, but it was the score streaks that do it, and that is going to be the game at 250 to E United. The score streaks not even needed, Miles.
That's a statement piece. That's a peacock feather in the tip of the hat, showing off in a big way. E United, and dare I say, devastating performance there. Reciprocity certainly looked out of sorts at times. There was a few moments where we weren't sure if they were 110% with us there, but regardless, a couple of shaky shots here and there, but you have to hand it to United. That's the smiles on the face that they wanted to see. Now, look, that's enough from us. Let's see what's happening in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much. Of course, that's E United up 1-0 there on Alpha, and we have a very special guest for you here. It's Study. Welcome to the desk.
How you doing, everybody?
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. It's weird. I swear, like a week ago, before I 5-pieced you, you were trying to play, weren't you?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Welcome to the retirement home.
Yeah, the retirement home.
I hate that word.
Players come to retire.
I hate it, man.
Right here on the desk. It's good to have you, though, bro. I know, obviously, some chemistry right here. I'm sat behind a pretty epic, one of the most epic losers bracket runs in history.
That's my guy right there.
That's right. I know you're good friend. You're like his older brother.
Yep, I am.
His older brother. What's it like to see him on the desk? Because I never thought
it's weird. It's like seeing my protege.
Your protege?
Protege? You serious?
That's your Yoda, I guess, right?
Oh my God.
Me. Anyway, how you enjoy Vegas?
Well, so far I got in today, and it's amazing so far. Yeah. Compared to last year, this is totally different. There's a lot of things that you could do. They have Black Ops Zombies. They have Blackout. They have a whole bunch of different booths now. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
So fun, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun going on here.
3 different rooms, a ton of fun. And in terms of the gameplay hasn't disappointed either. High quality games, we're learning a ton, but obviously we talked about it a ton throughout the day, but I want to get your opinions. Give me your top 3 here at Vegas.
Top 3 right now?
On the spot. On the spot.
Yeah, let's see what you're made of, Mr.
Number
Mr.
1 is
Analyst.
easy. Number 1's easy. We're calling out the gaming here.
Okay. Green wall.
And I team with Dashy, and he has to be the most individually talented player I've ever played with.
You guys got like 13.
I'm just talking about him individually as a player. He's the best player I've ever played with.
All right.
I promise
you play with Ed.
What does that mean?
No, Dashy is he's a crazy talent, but.
Second, we're gonna give it to.
From what you've seen, you're gonna go spot. You did get in today. So
yeah, I got it today. I didn't really get to see
We are swinging back here now, just for a minute. We are going to swing back to Bravo, guys, which is Red Reserve and EG, now 2-1.
Red Reserve in control, but down in the hard point.
This is back-to-back hard points. Close the whole game. Been watching the whole time, back-to-back. This is a great series.
I mean, the thing about this is, like, Red Reserve is up 2-0. You got to hope they win that, game 3 if you're a Red Reserve fan, because EG's best game mode is this hard point. If it goes to that game 5, I'd probably favor Red Reserve once again, but Red Reserve's been in some scary series so far, man.
Honestly, I gotta watch that round back that they lost in that control. It probably cost them that map. Could cost them the series in the long run. I don't know how they lost it. I really don't.
If it does end up costing them the series, I mean, that's what you look at, right? A very easy clutch. But Steady, I'm curious to get your opinions. Evil Genius, did you have any chance pre-Vegas back in your playing days before you retired to play against them?
You love saying that.
Oh, no. Steady is one of my favorite people in Call of Duty Esports. I love this guy. I've been casting him for years.
Unfortunately, in the last a couple of weeks that I was competing, I didn't really get a chance to play against any really good teams. But from what I saw, when EG picked up Exotic, they looked like they had a really drastic change on their roster. So I'm feeling like if they pull out this hardpoint here and they go game 5, I got EG for sure.
EG is one of those teams I look at as, dare I say, a confidence team. I think they're a team, if they're able to pull together some wins early in the tournament, they can make a run. I don't think this team is going to be a consistent contender this year, just by the makeup of their roster. These are a couple players on there that have they've been inconsistent over the years. I think all 5 of them. They're going to be a team that is like a dark horse to make a run depending on how they start their tournaments.
Fair enough. Fair enough. As it stands, though, EG still in the lead here in the game 4, 165 to 147. 5 seconds left of that hill as someone just got slapped across the face. Hardpoint's going to rotate, and Red Reserve against your point pack. Another very close hardpoint. Is that credit to Red Reserve's opposition, or is it maybe Red showing a little bit of weaknesses here?
I don't think it's weakness. I just think that EG's a good team, a good hardpoint team. This is good. This is a good back and forth match. That's what we want to see.
I mean, they have 5 decent slayers. Maybe not the most intellectual of a team, but definitely could shoot their guns pretty straight. I wasn't trying to be funny.
I think that's what made it.
But this is a map where I'm actually surprised that it's this close. A lot of times you'll see a team kind of get a pretty big lead here, pretty big margin, especially the ambulance hill. You can lock it down and you can kind of get a couple hills in a row, but pretty close here thus far.
Of course, and we're gonna keep watching Red Reserve and EG duke it out there on Bravo, but now it is finally time for Alpha. We're gonna head back to United versus Reciprocity on map 2 with Miles and Momo.
Thanks, gang. That's the end of the day. Again, you can see players on the land from underwater with their thermal scope, no problem, but they struggle a lot to see you. So let's see if it pays off for him.
So quick one coming in from JCap, and the first kill is going to be RST's, and second is going to be cleaned up as well. Strong start here, but Zed does bite back. Maybe a lifeline as a BZ shuts one down. Dems comes in and trades, but all those trades going down, we are going to be left in a 1v to find another 2. And the pressure is on.
パッということで、こんばんは。お帰りなさい。ただいまです。
A little audacious, a little bit ballsy, but he's opted to go the aggressive route and he's going to pay the price. He, of course, being Zed, and a United cleaned up round number 1.
Like, I respect the aggression. I mean, he was going toe-to-toe with the Twins. He was going in. Didn't really work out for him, but got to take those chances. Again, if he finds one pick out of that, if he finds a single kill, he may be able to swing it in his favor. But alas, that is going to be the first round. And what a quick round it was. We were discussing the way Search and Destroy feels on Black Ops 4. And it's incredibly different to any other Call of Duty we've seen so far. These rounds can be over extremely fast. There's the man on your screen, the lone survivor of the last round for Reciprocity, Zed. Interesting run through World War II, and now we find him looking pretty tasty here in Black Ops 4 so far.
Yeah, Zed's a player who's been grinding for many years. He kind of got it up a couple of years ago, and with the right players around him, has the time to shine as well, so interesting to see what he can do. Obviously, pretty much known for his fast, aggressive playstyle and Sorg in hand in this round in particular. Bomb is down, however, players already falling. Dens and JCap been wiped out. Jumping on board with a BZ. Let's see whether they can get the retake.
Oh, between a BZ and Clayster right now, there's a particular situation for a big pinch. Tommy almost just got destroyed by a BZ, but fantastic work. Somehow finding a second. Tommy doing magnificent stuff now for Wreck this round. Clay going toe-to-toe, trying to retake that bomb site, but again, difficult situation. 4v2 right now. United, 20 seconds left on the clock to get in there. Tommy in from behind. Clay's going to get the best of him. Zed is going to push it to a 3v1 now. Shawnee up over the top. Needs to make 3 right. There's Clayster. It's a matter of time now before Clayster is cut down. They have to push him. Ooh. Wait a minute. Clay's not going out of this one just yet. There it is. A valiant effort. He's earned himself a spot in Valhalla, but that's going to be that as Reciprocity tied up 1-1.
See Tommy's highlight here. This is the double kill which we may have caught. A very close engagement there. And then Prestige unfortunately caught. Looking the wrong direction. And Tommy makes light work of that one. But we'll be heading into the next round very shortly here. Again, talking about Reciprocity. Rossi recently, obviously location change here to Las Vegas. Obviously the addition of Dens, one player you're pretty familiar with, I believe, Miles.
Yeah, man. We would sometimes fly together to these fair isles.
Wow, it's like your best friends.
No, but he's a good dude.
So you've written him off as easy as that. I see how it is. Round number 3, 90 seconds on the clock here. Jumping on board with Clayster.
連携力が見えたのはサーチですからね。
Already down.
Toasted. One went down A.
できんのかな。
Fast.
臨機応変な対応が
got 2 men down. Clayster's in a great position to make that for the third. Oh my god, Zed's the last fellow alive. And it's almost a perfect round for United. Zed in a 1v4 right now. Crazier things have happened. Can he get the full reverse? Abyss's going to go one way. Players everywhere.
Splash.
There are just too many United players for Zed to deal with. That's how you play the numbers.
We talked obviously about Dens, a little bit of the addition obviously to Reciprocity. Abyss for United. The one thing that I instantly got excited about was the partnership that we could see between Abyss and Prestini. This very, very fast, aggressive sword kind of playstyle. Obviously, you know, day one of our first ever event, but so far I'm seeing signs of brilliance, but sometimes a little bit too fast for each other. You know, I don't think Prestini's played with a player as that fast before.
Prestini's a guy that he's had a relatively inconsistent year in World War II. You know, that when Prestini was great, he was great. And when Prestini wasn't, he really, really was not. But still, that's something we're looking to see a little bit more out of this guy. Maybe with the addition of Abyss to the squad, we can find that sort of pace, that tone set a little more consistently, but still back on board with this one. Wuskin's back in the water with his scope. Yeah, this is what it looks like from underneath the water. He's going to be able to identify those players down low very, very easily. But if he's caught out of position like this one, oh, that's going to sting. Prestini, though, you see how efficient it is in that situation. But obviously, the thermal's not so great when it comes to just running around the rest of Hacienda. Once you're out on dry land, it may not be as useful for these players. They're more used to playing with, you know, recon scopes. Oh, sorry, not recon. What am I saying? Red dots and those elos. Playing out, breaking that bomb site. Instantly wiped out. That's going to be 2 live now for United.
2v4. That's where Reciprocity have the chance to even the odds. Cluster grenade available. He's almost reached it, jumping out of the water. Den's going to be put back in. Zed, of course, taking him down, but the trades come down now. 1v2, very doable. A technical 1v3 this will be. The king himself, J-Cap, can pull it off, but he's got Wuskins and Zed in front of him. More difficult now. Location revealed. Quick stim shot will put him back to 150. Trying to find his way. It's difficult, it's tricky, it's sticky. He's trying to bob and weave, but he's trying to make it a 1v1, and that's what he does do. Zed, lucky to stay alive, and J-Cap, 19 HP. I thought for a second Zed was going to overpeak there, make it a 1v1, but keeps the nerves low.
It's even harder for him playing Crash as well. He's got no utility to run with. You know, if that was a battery play, it would have been different. He could have used a cluster grenade to take care of the guys at the bomb site.
Yeah.
But instead, he's running a trophy, and that's where those solo hero plays we keep talking about are not as effective depending on which character you're playing. So, alas, J-Cap, all those years of experience, not able to make too much work in that very, very difficult situation. I also noticed he's rocking that nice Christmas sweater in his picture down the stage. I think the whole team is United. God bless you guys. Here we go, into the 5th round. Tied up 2-2. Abyss, the young god, as English calls him. Surging forward, he's actually way overextended. Zed's going to be watching the stairs. He may run into him, but he can make his way through office. Actually, he's through. Oh, Dens, though, just manages to catch him from behind. That would have been a flank from hell. 2 dead now from United. Reciprocity still sitting pretty at 5. They find something big here. Dens takes out Clay in the back end as well. Well done. Reciprocity with a very clean round. You didn't even say a thing that round, Phil.
Yeah. I didn't, no.
All over.
Appreciate that, Miles. But now I can talk through the quick interim, the quick break here, and get back into this. But in all seriousness, this Search and Destroy, like we said before, you know, 10 players on the map. It's going to be very fast, very aggressive, and it's the trades, you know, you see that kill feed, and I believe Dens was almost the highlight of it. A lot of pressure, as we talked about before, but I think he's ready for that. You know, he's been kind of the top at the APAC, along with Mind Freak and the rest of the boys, but he's taken that leap of faith, you know, he's kind of left his family and friends behind, and he looks onto the future. 3-2 right now for Reciprocity. Can they bite back? If he missed the hard point, United was the one to seal that one. Sniper for Clayster. Can he pick off Wuskins? Watch your head, my friend, or else you're going to get clean off.
Bomb down at A. We'd like to see the sniper play from Clay, but not a whole lot happening just yet. Shawnee Dyson with death here. Abyss going to make that peek any second now, just from behind. Here comes Abyss, hungry for it, and he's going to get it. Still got that bomb down on A, and that's it. Reciprocity have been exterminated. United are going to tie this one up 3-3. They're going to be using the defuse too. little bit of good spirits. That was a high five, I believe.
This fight with his brother. Come on, calm down now. It's all fun and games.
Until somebody loses some teeth. There we go. AbyssUniverse is going to get it. He's closest to Streaks. Still a ways away from that lightning strike 410. United looking pretty strong here in the search. Had a difficult day to begin. I must admit, as can be said of Reciprocity, taken out by 100 Thieves. It was a tight series.
Very tough group for these guys. And 100 Thieves, obviously United, a lot of people have both of these in their top 3, and maybe by the end of day 1 you might change your minds with that one, but Reciprocity not giving away anything too easily here. Toe to toe, round 7, 90 seconds on the clock. Cap with the bomb. Let's see exactly what Shawnee's doing though on the defense here. A bit of a different route, maybe looking to go straight through the middle. The Maddox in hand, Prestini. Maybe a little bit over aggressive, but no, connects with the stun there. Shawnee will get away with his life. Tommy comes in to save the day. And a 5v4 will be what we see.
Still want to keep an eye on AbyssUniverse. The Streaks working towards them. That will be a big momentum shift there for the guys of United. That bomb down, gunshots out, Caps trying to hold on the side. Here come the 5 members. Reciprocity on their way in, but they've got to contest that player. Damage and 2 kills there. AbyssUniverse from behind, perfect timing. This is huge. 3v2 right now. United with the numbers, tying it up to 2. AbyssUniverse can hit that flank as hard as he can. Claces down low as well. Now it's all on a Wuskins in 1v2.
Wuskins needs to make this 2 1v1s, and he's got himself a thermal sight. Not the best here. 12 seconds on the clock is the time, which is not going to help Wuskins here. Just find the kill and will put himself in a better position, of course, having that Tempest. But the round, nevertheless, will go to United.
There you go. A little bit, a few seconds before would have been a different round, but he finally does get the kill. Heyman. And all those points count towards Streaks. They all count. United feeling pretty calm about this one. They're going to be feeling good. They're a momentum-based team. I think, you know, they're a team that have to be smiling, have to be feeling good. I think this is a good matchup for them. It's, of course, that final kill cam we just win.
Okay. Well, this is where it gets exciting. We're going to start to see the Tempest, the other specialists and equipment involved as well. It does still seem a little strange for myself, seeing Wuskins and Scrap split up, but it kind of becoming the norm now. You never know, they could be going head-to-head a little bit later on in the tournament, but if you look at the top, all those orange hexagons lit up. Specialists are available equipment too. Den's deleted here, but not before taking down Cap.
One thing we want to watch out for, Clayster, ready to go with the Tempest, of course. We have the Tempest, we have Grab Slam. Den's not close to his specialist, nor is Tommy or Shawnee, so we'll see if those come to play in this round again. The last thing you want to see is that round start to go the way of the United. Put them in that 5th place. Not what you want. Zed staying alive. Tommy up top, providing that cover fire from behind. This is huge. Zed just teetering on the edge. If he could get in there, he could make a slam happen, but he's got to be very aware of the players around him. RC's going to one shot. Tommy, it's all on you now, 3v2. Tommy from behind, good timing, finds one on the turn. And there it is, the 5th round for United. Map point. Clayster hits the defuse, and now it's 5-3.
United themselves, obviously, you know what the likes of the Green Wall can bring to obviously a team like Optic Game, but United, you know, you roam around the venue, you ask, you know, players, spectators, whatever, who they're supporting, and a lot of these guys obviously have their fans with a big place to support as well. United trying to go for a 2-0 series right now as we do recap there with the best play. We're heading into potentially the very end of this second map. Arcity's a player which we've obviously highlighted many a time. He's decided to stick with his twin brother, unlike Wuskins, but we'll see what happens in the later rounds.
9th round we go.
Marking his territory, I like it.
Chickens out. Chickens out for the boys. War Machine at the ready for Arcities. That is going to be huge. Again, specialists a plenty for the players on Rest of 5 as well. AbyssUniverse looking to get this one started early. And here comes the push. Zed actually came back in. Zed goes for it. He actually manages to find a kill there with the grab slam. So now AbyssUniverse doesn't want to pick up that bomb too soon. Here comes Arcities to pick in from behind. Slam down, 1 kill. Reciprocity, you know that they're playing for their life here in this match.
Yeah, I think Zed would have been happy with maybe a second there, but he does stay alive. That's the important defend Arcities there, and he does escape with his life. And now, with the cluster grenade, the War Machine available, what will we see? And there's the cluster straight away, taking away that TAC 5 potential there, as we do see Shawnee drop into the water. Tempest available. Everything has been brought out. And my goodness, this could be a nice shot. Shawnee making the second kill. Trying to find the third. Everyone's just jumping into the water here. Nothing. And my goodness, all down to Prestini. And where even is he? On the flank, nowhere to be seen. The defuse does come in here. My goodness, what a hectic round. We saw Tac 5. We saw cluster grenades. I'm not even sure if we saw the War Machine, but...
War Machine looked like it came out. He's put it away real quickly. That was multiple specialists used.
This was the big one.
There.
Picks up the second. That Tempest nearly connected and finally does take him down. But Shawnee, big plays for reciprocity.
They've got to be feeling confident. You know, they were willing to spend multiple specialists in that round. He's 5-4. I mean, that's a little close to call as we roll on this one again. Here in their 10th round, Reciprocity looking to keep themselves alive. Here in the search, they lost the hard point. And we go straight into this one. The play towards A, looking very, very heavy for Reciprocity. RCT is going to be the underline defense for the time being. Clayster versus Tommy. Tommy's down. No War Machine this round. But there we have it. Wuskin's going to be coming straight on through with that Tempest, lighting things up early. The bomb site's now theirs, but they've got to watch for those players coming through mid now. The players on the counterattack. Prestini's already made his way out. Here comes the second and third. AbyssUniverse up next. Does miss the shot. Wuskins has to hit those. His teammates are dropping around him, and this is big. 3-on-3 right now. 3-on-2. Perfect timing. AbyssUniverse is once again the thorn in the side of Reciprocity. Shawnee goes down as well. AbyssUniverse can make a third. Up over the top. AbyssUniverse! That's how you get it done. AbyssUniverse with a filthy 3 kills to take that 6th round. It's going to be 6-4 as map number 2 comes to a close.
Reciprocity back against the ropes here. Has to pull off the reverse sweep, but United looking strong here against, I want to say the Europeans, but I don't even know what to call them anymore. These guys from Reciprocity, they've got a tough pool. Probably one of the 2 toughest opponents outside of Optic Gaming that they could play. However, it's close, but it's not close enough. Can they bring it back in control, Miles?
Reciprocity backs against the ropes, down by 2 here against United. The first map was a bit of a blowout, and the Search and Destroy was just that as well. Can United roll it out and get the 3rd map in a row, or do Reciprocity have the guts to come back? This is the Call of Duty World League. We will be right back.
オプティックとあれはあって、オプティック2回も出てるんだね。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CWL Las Vegas here in the Hard Rock Hotel. We are live. Boy, howdy, does it feel good. What a series we have, though. I mean, I must admit, I want Reciprocity to be doing a hell of a lot better than they are right now. But United are giving them hands. It's currently 2-0. My name is Miles Ross. Joining me, of course, the beautiful Momo. We got Control on Seaside coming up next. Hope you brought your sunblock, my friend.
I mean, I bring it everywhere, let's be honest. I'm pasty.
It's because he's got red hair.
Yeah, that was what I was going for, Miles. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. However, Reciprocity going up on Control. Obviously, two teams that we've seen their good side, their bad side already, but nevertheless, going into Control, this is where we need to see Reciprocity step it up. We need to see a momentum change. We need something from these guys. I'm looking at Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy's been playing fast. He's been playing pretty furious. I'm looking to see, I mean, Zed, for me, he's always been the X factor of this team. I want to see Zed go absolutely buck wild. I want to see him naked running through the streets of Seaside.
Okay.
Flying around with that sword. And here, this is what we wanted to see already. Nice opening kills. Reciprocity making this one look a little easier. And you see this aggression. They're pushing straight on towards those spawns. They don't want to give it these power positions whatsoever. Oh, Zed, if he extends here, there's the shots. He could be gifted these kills. There's so many of those players in from behind. Are they aware of the flank? Is anyone looking? A little too soon? Maybe not. Zed, get the kill! Oh, he cannot do it. United will hold on, and now the cap's coming through.
Well, the cap literally coming through as he takes down one. And now we're going to see Shawnee from behind. He's also going to fall to Arstees, the sword, the ICR, the quick change does come through. But casting your eyes to the top middle there, 21 lives apiece right now. And no zones taken over just yet. B looking to get that second tick, and Abyssy pushing forward, he'll find the double, and we are going to see Prestini, and that is the Sorg duo that I was looking forward to, should I say. And this is very, very kind of dark here for the boys of Reciprocity. This is where they can find themselves in a very sticky situation. Tommy and Shawnee are going to pick a couple up between them, and now pushing through here. B has gone all down to the A zone.
Now, I will say Reciprocity have bounced back pretty well from what was a stanky play from E United. 17-13 lives in the favor of E United. And look at this pace, this blistering pace set by Prestini. They cannot keep up with it. He's just playing this one so well. Slow, crash down now. Oh my god, over the top. Shots are through. Prestini finally goes down, but what a run that was. And as you can see, the lives are matched up again now. Reciprocity have managed to bounce back, holding true. Didn't let that one get away from them.
Zed trying to find one on the flank. Find him, not being able to capitalize, but the cluster comes through. Tommy, that's what you love to see from a Reciprocity fan. However, United are putting themselves through the paces now, and Zed finding one off the spawn. Next couple of kills are crucial because when you get to the single digits, you don't want to die. It could be all but over in the next 30 seconds here, and we are going to see the kill feed light up. Orange is 8-8 as the lives go down. However, the A zone has not been touched, Miles.
It hasn't been touched. B, you know, that B went down pretty fast, but A is still hanging in there. Tommy, big kill there on Arstees. 6-8 right now, 6-7. Back and forth with the trade. It is so tight right now. Abizzi's going crazy. He looks like he's going real crazy, but it's only 5-4 for him right now. On the other side of the board, Shawnee's going 7-4. That's pretty big.
It's basically search and destroy. Down to 5v5. Don't die. You won't respawn. As we do jump on board with Clayster here. He's going to find himself in a fight. The stim shot will go down. Arstees strikes first. Zed bounces back. A 4v4. The time doesn't matter. I don't think the zone does either. You have to make your kills. And Arstees and JCap come up clutch. And now a 3v2. Shawnee to go big. We'll find the second as well. Down to a 2. Wuskins and Shawnee versus Abyssy and JCap. Both back to full health, but look at that zone. They are in it. They are taking it. Look at number 8. We're going for a very wide flank here from Shawnee.
They got a bit of time. Like a little bit of time to do this. The cap is just forcing them to make the play. Abyssy from above. And now it's a 1v1. Take it all back. Cap gets it done. I called it early. E United are going to take the first round, but not without a hefty hunk of flesh. That was a grueling match of Control.
The heads up play from JCap to move out that window. Kind of anticipating that flank. Huge. I was thinking, you know, JCap, you know, the king of capture the flag is kind of gone now. What's he going to be? Control's in, and he seems okay at this game mode too. But United, very, very close here. Not an easy round by any means, but we're going to flip those sides. We're going to see what Reciprocity have as they go up once again against E United. If you are just joining us, though, 2-0 for E United.
Straight in that second round. We reset the lives, but we swap sides. Specialist for no one at this point. Stuns out, doesn't find a single thing, but they know those players are there, and here comes the head-on collision. Oh, Shawnee, how does he do these things? Play in the point as well, manages to find 2, but quick, furious trades. Again, this is what we commonly see. What we saw in the last round, Reciprocity, they're on the receiving end. There were many 2 pieces from Winghold. BZ picking up some, we saw Prestini picking up some, but at the same time, they would manage to claw back slowly but surely. Nice and conservative gameplay to keep those lives relatively even. This seems to be the same case here. little bit aggressive from Arstees there, but they are going to keep maintaining that pressure.
Pressure is key. Dens is going to find himself a double there as he takes down Cap and Abyss. Pushing through like this though, keep it to the outskirts where he might find another, but Frostini is lights out when it comes to that up-close battle with the Sorg. You've got to watch out for that. But however, close engagements here through these little channels through the tunnel. Abyss controlling the statue and going to find him a very difficult gunfight there. Shawnee finds one with the Maddox though. 19-19, 45 seconds left on the clock. Interesting, we haven't seen a zone go down. This is where you get your time extended, and Shawnee coming through and finds himself a double. The trophy system is going to be fantastic because you're going to start to see those concussions roll through for United as well.
Sneaky Dens creeping through mid, somehow managing to stay alive there. Wonderful work, Kron. Started to take a small but steady lead with the lives here. Beautiful work, Shawnee once again. 15-7, 16-7. Shawnee relatively unstoppable. We won't get ahead of ourselves, but at this point, Rec with a 3-life lead. They do get zone B. Now it's all over towards A, back into the church.
Time extension. Skin's zone screen is opted to kind of bolt up, and this is a very different route and one that's I don't think utilized as much as it could be because yes, it takes a little bit longer, but you get round, you get in and Zed. Shawnee, Wuskins with the double. This is danger here for United, 14-7. You don't respawn much here, and you are going to see United put on the back foot. This is surely reciprocity's round with 1:30. They're in the zone. They've got lives to play with. They can even save their specialists as well. They don't need to invest. They just need to trade, and that's what Wuskins is going to do. Tommy and Zed get amongst the play as well, and Clayster had pretty much a 1v12, I think it was. There, so we are going to see Reciprocity clean up that second round. We're going to go into round 3, all tied up.
That was a big round, though. That was a very profitable round. We've seen streaks coming in now for Reciprocity. They've got specialists that they held onto. They did not invest anything, and they managed to pull a lot out of that one. So this next round is going to be good for them. But again, it all comes down to how they use these. We've seen good specialist use. We've seen very bad specialist use. We've seen mediocre specialist use so far here in Vegas. What we need to see now from Rec if they're to get back into this series is some clinical, very, very precise gameplay. Because the chances of them throwing it away against a team like United who are playing fine right now, pretty hard.
Shawnee, very impressive there in round number 2. But again, we're going to see an instant TAC 5 boost coming in for United.
They know those streaks are on the menu. They don't want them to happen. Dens, he's going to be the next one straight in on towards that B site. Is going to be cut to pieces. Watkins going to be calling that lightning strike. 50 points away. Gets a tag. Now he's 10 points away. He needs something in order to get that Hellstorms. And that would have been it, but now over the top. This is a little bit uncomfortable. Rustini cuts out the streaks, finds 2. Ooh. That was the hero play that United needed. That's huge.
That's what happens when you combine attack 5 boost with, of course, the grab stomach. Gives you that extra second, an extra bullet or 2. And now Zed might have one of his own, but United a very strong start here to round number 3. B has gone. We're down to A. There's over 2 minutes on the clock, but I just have a feeling this is coming down to kills once again, Miles.
Indeed. Oh, that's a big kill from Arstees. Power position there from Zed gets taken out. Shawnee now watches the flanks, finds 1. Quick tag up, not able to find the second, as is tradition. Grabs down in the back end for Zed. He's got to make his way there fast. Slides through. Here comes the pressure. Mountain towards A. Better say your prayers, boys, because here comes E United. 23-17. The lives going in the favor of the blue team. Zed finds 1 with the slam. Arstees now on point. He's getting contested. What a turn that was. Arstees is 1 more behind him. Can he find the second? Beautiful work. Lightning strike ready. Hellstorm as well. This is big.
50 points away from the drone squad. And that's what he needs to play for. You don't even want to call it, but he gets it as well. That is what you love to see as a United fan. But look at the streaks in the top left. Prestini's fully streaked out. Arceti's fully streaked out. 19 kills for Prestini and 15 for Alec as well. But this is looking a little one-sided. 19-7 on the live side of things, but it does not matter. United are going to capture Zone A, and that is going to be another round on the board for the North American squad.
United are pretty well set up for that next round. They got 3 specialists ready, and they have 6 kill streaks to work with. That's 2 sets of drone squads.
Not bad.
If you wanted to go into a matchup with as much ordnance as you possibly could to set yourself up for the win, this is how you do it. Reciprocity. Their lifeline in the series now hangs on a thread.
Crowd getting behind United, and there's your fan favorite. It's Clayster, of course. Here we go, 90 seconds, and I think Arstees has marked his territory in more than one way already this game, but here's the War Machine. He's got streaks to play with, and It's fast, it's furious. He's not actually found anyone just yet, but I think he might have tagged one. He's going to go down here. So, potentially some positives for Reciprocity, but that's about it.
Good trophy usage, that's all I gotta say. But again, you have to watch for those streaks. There they go. That's the Hellstorm, finds 3. And here comes Clay. Full aggression. He's pushed completely into the spawn. Hipfire, well stunned. Unfortunately, doesn't get it, but again, Hellstorm after Hellstorm. They're gonna be able to drop this ordnance on them all game long. 26-19 now. Reciprocity have no choice but to die. Arcity's calls in a drone squad.
Oh, this is not fun.
Oh,
not fun for Reciprocity.
Light strike, Hellstorm.
That calls in a... Zed's actually got a drone squad of his own here and a Hellstorm. The Attack 5 boost has been enabled, so maybe just a tiny little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, not at all, but a BZ. Oh, disgusting.
Oh, in my mouth. Thrown up I have. As a BZ gets that one done. Oh, Wuskins now, though, trying to get back in this one. 23-16. Zed streaks are coming into play now. Wuskins finds 2, keeping the aggression on.
Okay.
They're not out of this yet.
Time is ticking though, Miles. Look at the top middle there. 13 seconds is on a pause right now. Something needs to go down, and it needs to be a sight. Tommy now equipping that battery, that war machine, taking out 2, and it looks like United. They're stepping back. They're giving up that B site. Are they going to get aggressive, though? I think so. Prestini with the lightning strike, and it's around. It could be over in the next 5 seconds. They need to go big. Grafslab comes in, but he takes down Cap as well. Zed's gonna fall. The kill feed is blue. And just like that, United, they're gonna take it. Not only 3-0 in the series, but 3-1 here on Control.
Gotta give it to him. United know how to play Control. They took that initiative and they knew when they had the advantage, they pressed it effectively. You saw at the end, we saw the way Clay was playing those spawns. We saw the way they played as unit towards the end, and man, when you have 6 streaks to work with, 2 players fully streaked out, you can afford to throw some lives away. But I've got a hand, it's still to wreck. Even with all that ordnance coming their way, Zed's streaks managed to get a lot out of it, and their trading were very effective. So they actually had a few chances to get back into that one, despite the insurmountable odds that were ahead of them. United getting it done, 3-0.
Thank you so much, guys. Again, we did just see United 3-0 Reciprocity, and the desk is, of course, back. Nameless, Ben, Study joining us, and Pac-Man. This is a great day so far, I think.
This has been an amazing day. Like, the games on Alpha have been great, but some of the games that have been happening on the feature station, like all around us, have been like just as good. I mean, Red Reserve had a fantastic game. I know you were watching that one. Me and you were just kind of jumping up and down.
What did I tell you?
You were right.
I'll admit you. EG game 5.
You're right. You're
Saints
right.
3.
Well, we do actually want to pull that up now from Bravo. Watching EG clutch that out in round 11.
It was first of all, we should stress, if you didn't see this, EG had, what was it, 5-2 lead?
It was a 5-2 lead.
5-2 lead.
Yeah.
Red Reserve bring it all the way back to a round 11. A round 11.
I want to talk about this round 11 when we get to this.
EG.
Yeah, round 5,
I'm upset.
We're around 10 right now.
I know. When we get to this round 11, I got to break this down for you guys. I'm going to educate the folks at home.
Educate the viewers?
I'm going to educate them. I'm going to educate them because Red Reserve upset me. They upset me.
Oh, Pac's upset, guys.
I'm upset. I'm upset.
Brace yourselves.
And you got to think EG should be able to close it out here with that Tempest, but they're not actually able to even pick up 1 kill from the Tempest. He only downs the character, and I think he actually gets back up, but Rhodes, he had a big game here. He goes 15-7, lead fragger in the lobby. Absolutely dominant performance out of him. A player that I said I wanted to look out for going into this tournament because he has a lot of talent.
All Advanced's predictions have been correct.
That's true.
It's pretty smart, man.
Loyalty's good. Good call on that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just wanted to see, I wanted to see him surrounded by good players.
But here's round 11. All right,
Okay,
why were you so
right
mad?
here? Everything's fine. I promise.
Yeah, because they're off spawn, right?
Fine.
Good.
They messed up. Drone squad in. Fine. Call your drone squad. They stand out here. He pings. He knows where they all are.
Okay.
He knows where all of them are.
Information.
Where are they gonna go? They're gonna consolidate inside. You just ping the lightning strike. Why?
Why would you use that?
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do with it after you ping it? It's useless.
No, it's not useless. You can wait.
What?
I might have waited a little bit there.
Why are you forcing the engagements in here?
First
after
blood,
you know where
by
they
the
are.
way.
First blood, and they decided to slow down the round. They could easily go through the hole, go to B. Audible, you win the round. You win. You win. Why are you forcing these close quarters engagements when you have man advantage?
No, I agree. I think a better play is to get bomb down and then use the streak to keep them off the defuse.
You could have done that at B.
Yeah, that's what I think the better play is. That's why I was really mind blown. Like you ping that, you see them on there, you rotate B, get it down, you save the actual strike for when you plant the bomb. They kind of just decide to commit to one-on-one.
They committed to a sliding fight engagement when they had numbers and streaks.
Yeah,
and of course, we do have our pools now as we're working our way through. Friday, you're shaking. Pack, you're so mad. Yeah, of course, Pack, I'm gonna keep you going. Like, talk to me right now about what we're seeing with the pools.
Oh, well, we just saw that Red Reserve choke. Just put them in losers again. They're home. I called at the beginning of this, by the way. I said EG's gonna make it out of their pool and winners.
Yeah, you did.
Did I not?
They're 2-0. I mean, they still have to
play.
play.
Did I not?
They still have to play.
You acted like I was crazy.
Nah, you were right.
You guys want to know something crazy?
I'll give you that.
What's good?
I'm pretty sure Optic, if they win their pool, they're gonna go out and they're gonna play. If it stays like this, they're gonna play EG round 1. And that is a tough matchup if you're EG. So if you are EG, you want to beat Luminosity.
I mean, all right, but imagine the other side of that. If EG somehow beat LG, then you have LG versus Optic potential round 1.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, if you're EG, you gotta want to take that
some
win.
juicy matches right there.
Right? that kind of makes the LG EG game even more important. But looking at the rest of the pools, Study, anything else which kind of jumps out to you as a surprise? I mean, to me, it seems pretty standard so far.
Well, Pool C, I really didn't expect Straight Rippin' to lose their first game. I don't know. I felt like they were a powerhouse team coming in, even though they're like a really, really young team.
Yeah, to Lightning Pandas, right?
Yeah, they lost to Lightning Pandas 3-1.
Yeah, I expected. I mean, Lightning Pandas is a great team. Don't get me wrong. Definitely a lot of good players on that roster. But I definitely expected Straight Rippin' to come out with the fire after the play-in bracket, or after dominating in the play-in and beat Lightning Pandas. But falling in that match, it's definitely something you don't want to see for a Straight Rippin'.
And we are actually going to swing now into Straight Rippin' and FaZe on Delta from that Pool C and see how they're doing over there.
In terms of game 1,
they dominated.
I can't about to say this, but it wasn't close
at all.
At all. It was bad, if I'm being honest, for all the FaZe fans out there. It was not pretty whatsoever, which kind of, to your point, in terms of you being surprised that Straight actually lost their first map against Lightning Pandas, or match against Lightning Pandas. What actually is their kind of, I don't want to say ceiling because I feel like it's a weird question to ask, but like, how good actually are they? I know you're good friends with a couple of the players. Try not to be biased here, Study. But how good actually are they?
But I don't know. We got to remember that in the first 2K ever of the game, they came in second. They played Optic in the grand finals of that.
What are you trying to say?
What do you mean? I'm saying what I'm trying to say. Because
they got second in the first 2K.
It's like the original
ceiling is top 2. That's what I was asking.
Nah, not top 2. I think definitely they're gonna get top 8, and they might be able to push after that. But for sure, top 8 out of this team for sure.
And I do, wonder, I'd love to hear from Ant and Study. So kind of beginning open events like this, the whole shebang, did you guys find in your careers that was more difficult, that very first event with so many different unknowns, Ant? Yeah,
it definitely is. You just don't truly know how good some teams are, and you don't really know how good your teammates are just yet either. So it takes a little bit. You start to figure out what people are good at, who's catching the hot hand. For example, earlier we saw Aches pick up like a 5-piece, right? And he just brought that momentum into the rest of the series. So players, momentum is everything in Call of Duty. If a player can kick up, on day 1, he can lead that throughout the whole tournament. So it's something to keep a lookout for, and you can't keep track of every team. So day 1 it's definitely just a thrill and a roller coaster.
Yeah, to add on what Nameless said, like just being the first event means that you're going into a brand new game. So, and you also have this year, which is 5v5, so you have a whole different
thing. So many things are different.
It's 5v5.
Add specialists are back. Let's not forget about that. You went a year without specialists. Now you have to kind of take into account that you have to play for those in certain situations and how strong they actually are as well.
And it's not even just the 5v5. Of course, we have control.
Yeah, brand new game mode.
There's so many different variables right now.
I love control.
It always takes time for the new modes to evolve into what we're never going to see at the end, because the players probably will watch this back later and be like, wow, we were so stupid. Like, we were so bad at this then.
For sure.
Yeah, Red Reserve with 12 seconds left and a 2-man advantage in their control game against EG. They're going to have nightmares about that. That's 12 seconds, which send them to the losers bracket.
They really did just throw that series away and their winners bracket hopes away completely. 12 seconds. And all they had to do was watch the middle of the map.
Straight Rippin's up 3-1.
So what does this say about FaZe, right? Like, they beat Envy. All right, we look at them and we're like, okay, FaZe looks pretty good. Back and forth series, they win a 6-0 at the end.
I will say, important to note, the 6-0 was on this map.
True.
Yeah, it was.
It was on this map that they 6-0'd Envy, and it's worth saying, they made Envy look like ants.
Yeah.
I thought I was watching a play-in game.
You know why that doesn't surprise me, Ben? Envy strikes me as a team that's going to be veto-based. Like, Pat always has these maps that his teams are just putrid on, and he goes, all right, let's just veto it. And they don't seem to ever really improve on their veto maps. I'm not sure if that was the case, but I did remember watching them online, and there were just some maps that they hated, and they would play it, and they'd just be like, okay, we're just going to veto this one. But
on the flip side, though, is this maybe a strong map for straight ripping?
I don't know.
I mean, they could be straight. We haven't been able to see much of it yet, but they could just be firing in all cylinders. Sometimes guys get hot. I think that Major Maniac is going to be like one of the people we talk about.
Right.
Yeah, one of the players that we just constantly talk about. I think he's going to be up there.
And Pac, I'm curious too. I mean, do you think there was any sort of maybe underestimating that was going on for FaZe towards Straight, that they're like, well, this will be fine, and now they're getting surprised?
Definitely not. Straight coming into this was a super strong team online.
Right.
So these guys probably scrim. They know that they're good.
Well, in the beginning of the game, I remember every team just saying they do. It's because they try so hard. They have a chip on their shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is a team, they have to prove themselves. Going into this event, they didn't even have an organization until about 2 weeks before it. So it took some time for them to kind of get people to start looking at them as one of these top teams. And I think they've demanded their respect, and now they have to prove it here in Vegas.
I guess that's the question. How good is Lightning Pandas then?
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
No, that's a good question.
We're about to find out this weekend, then. That's what we're going to find out.
That's why we're here.
I feel like
it is interesting.
I feel like the Straight Ribbon team is going to remind me a lot of the TK team from last year. Like a team that
You're saying they're about to win chips?
What?
They won 3 chips.
But this is the first tournament. I'm just saying, like, if you put a group of players together and you don't think they're going to win, but they might be able to do something.
Who on this team reminds you of Kenny?
Oh,
Major Maniac is the closest.
Major Maniac, yeah.
I just can't envision this team hoisting up the trophy. I don't know why. I can't yet. I'm not sold on them yet. And losing to Lightning Pandas, I don't think they're going to make a run and win, but I think they can definitely do well here. And they're beating FaZe right now, so this is good stuff.
This is a statement, right? 1-0, first map, not close. Second map, a map we saw FaZe 6-0 and beyond. What? 60 minutes ago, an hour ago, they're now getting beat.
Well, hey, maybe they watched it, right?
They definitely have to work on their consistency. I feel like the FaZe has incredible consistency problems.
Oh yeah.
But one thing to note, in the map we saw earlier on, you saw Crowder, formerly known as Replays, rocking the sniper rifle. You sniper on attack, on defense, he locked down that B site every single round. This match, not opting to use the sniper rifle.
Well, I mean, the reason why I think is Envy was opting like play more traditional spread, and Straight Rippin', they're a little bit more S&D prowess. They were kind of pushing, jamming their way through mid. They were flying straight through mid. Yeah, you saw Havoc and Major Maniac push through mid there in the last 2 rounds, I think. And you can't really snipe the middle doors like that, especially.
I know a player who used to snipe crazy. He's at his desk right now.
And how do you stop a sniper study? You know better than anybody. You just push him. You rush him. Or you push a lane like this. What they're doing right now, they're hitting middle. It's going to eliminate a sniper, make it tough for the guy. And they're ISOing players. They ISO Priesta out. So if you were to have a sniper, you're going to be a liability.
They need to put the snipers away, or they're going to end up here with me and Study on a desk talking about what they're talking about. The snipers. Put it away.
So
put it away.
That's amazing strategizing out of Straight Rippin', right? Just like saying, hey, he's sniping that street. Let's just go through mid and destroy them. And I don't think FaZe was ready for that whatsoever, and that's why they're sitting here down 1-5.
That was the early rounds, obviously. Crowder now with the Maddox out, going to try and push. Able to find one, but he's in a sticky situation, a 1v3. I said it earlier on when I was casting him. I feel like if we are ever going to see a 1v5 this year, I feel like it's going to come from him.
From 1v5?
You got to have the gun.
I don't see how it's possible to get a 1v5.
I think it requires heavily the other team to misplay, which
it's got to be super.
You never know.
They're too fast. You can't ninja. If someone lets someone ninja in a 1v5 ninja.
Should probably hold up plug.
I got 1v4, so attack.
Of course, if you do keep wanting to keep watching FaZe and Straight Rippin', you can do that on Delta. But now we're swinging over to Charlie, where 100 Thieves is up 2-1 over Mind Freak going into map.
Oh my, 191 to 80 Mind Freak.
Yeah, this series is over.
They're getting
this one's over, guys.
Expert analysis. It's done.
It's over.
That's concise. It's good.
Yeah, Slasher having a good game.
Slasher, you got Kenny, 18 and 11, Slashers 19 and 13.
Just pinging over 200 now.
Octane 15 and 10. You got 2 streaks on Octane. You got 2 streaks on Slasher.
I think Octane's like top 3 player in this game from what I've seen.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
top 3 in the game.
Yeah.
Who's your top 3?
Who's your top 3 then?
Yeah,
Gunless. Gunless, #1 by far.
Souther Dashy.
Gunless, Dashy, Octane.
Gunless, Dashy, Octane.
Dashy.
You can't. What are you gonna
Dashy
say?
hater. Here we go.
TJ.
Okay. All right. So we know you're a TJ liker.
Dude, he's been playing really.
Dashy's a great player. I'm just messing around, but I'm not gonna put him top 3 until he gets top 8 once.
I agree.
And then I'll put him, and then we can start talking about that.
All right.
Wait. So who would your top PB right now?
Gunless, TJ. probably Scump.
I'd probably agree with that.
Two players on the same team?
I mean, they have not lost until we see more and they lose. We can shift the list around then.
Yeah, sure. We only have half a day of action really to base that list up, because you don't really want to base it off online. You want to base it off of LAN performance,
for sure.
At least as much as possible. But this was pretty brutal.
I mean, that's what this team is capable of, though, right? Like, they're capable of just 250 to 80, 100-point clubbing teams consistently. Like, those 5 players are all so talented. That doesn't surprise me one bit that they're able to do that there.
Yeah, not at all to me either. Not at all.
I mean, we had this conversation yesterday in the green room when obviously we look at LG and we think, all right, paper, unbelievably talented. You look at 100 Thieves and you compare them toe-to-toe, roll for roll. If we get to see 100 Thieves versus LG this event, that may well be the greatest game.
Unstoppable force, immovable object. That would actually be insane. That'd be a great
insane, because toe-to-toe, roll for roll, there's just so much talent. It'd be just ridiculous to watch. That's the one game I hope we get to see on Championship Sunday.
Or either of them against Optic. Kind of
that too. That too.
It'd be nuts.
But, you know.
So we're leaving United out of this, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, I mean,
they're your number 3 team, right?
I feel like they're really good, yeah.
They're all good.
Top 3 team in this game so far.
You know who's up there? Splice. Top 3.
Indeed,
Splice.
which actually they will be going up
gaming.
against Optic here in Alpha coming up, and Pac. How do you think they're going to be doing?
Splice is going to win this series 3-2.
Thoughts? Anyone?
Optic 3-1.
Ben's looking skeptical. I don't know if he heard what he said.
I don't think Splice will win. I think it'll be probably 3-1, 3-0 Optic.
I will say, I don't think it'll be a 3-0, because Optic have shown, I don't want to say weaknesses, but some of the maps that we've seen so far have been maybe closer than we would have expected. Like, you look against Parasite's team, Pittsburgh, the hard points were close. They kind of threw that away. You saw, even in their second series, close games. I mean, you think about the miraculous clutches they've had. Again, Parasite's team in Search and Destroy gift Scump a 1v2. Don't get me wrong, the 1v2 is insane. Seth's smarts to pop a crash and challenge the 1v1 to clutch. Incredible. But still, there's questions as to why players are doing certain things. I don't think Splice are going to make the same mistakes that we've seen so far, which I think may dictate into a map. But to win a series pack against Optic, I'm sorry, I can't get aboard that hype.
These guys have a giant chip on their shoulders, Splice. They feel like they're not the team that's being talked about, and they should be. They have 6 championships on their team last season. Temp, I think Temp's going to end up being one of the superstars of this season. Temp, Kook, they're going to be up there. Watch.
Well, listen,
they're going to win that first map.
Optic's got Dashy, and they also got Mr. 3-time. He came back. How do you expect to beat that guy?
I mean, you team with Dashy, you managed to lose.
I think it has potential to be a fantastic series.
Just because he ain't 3-time.
I'm not a 3-time. You got karma.
You're almost a 1-time.
I was a runner-up.
Almost.
Right there with my guy.
I think it has potential to be a good series. I just think Optic's on a whole nother level right now, and I think Optic's the best Search and Destroy team, and I think that's the only game mode Splices look sensational in, so I think they get destroyed in this series.
Yeah, I mean, we will see, of course, that is going to be Optic Gaming versus Splice coming up very soon on the Alpha stream. Again, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, they are all going on. FaZe straight ripping as we get toward the end here on Friday at CWL Las Vegas. Again, that'll be Optic and Splice coming up on Alpha.
The Call of Duty World League is presented by PlayStation 4, the official platform of the CWL. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL. And Republic of Gamers, the official monitor of the CWL.
A 4分後走んだか走んだハードポイントは熱い なんか A ショック少ないんだね。いるかなと思ったけど禁止なのかな、覚えてないけど。なんだよ、眠い。もうオプティック終わったらちょっと仮眠します眠すぎる。来るか。メッシ。
We are back. Of course, it looks like Ben got raptured, so we have Miles on the desk here with us now. Of course, Nameless, Study coming up, and Pac-Man. How do you guys think the tourney's going on, Pac?
Oh, it's wonderful. This tournament's going great in great games, intense games, some upsets.
Couple. You know what's nice? Not that many blowouts. Like bad blowouts.
Besides, give it time.
Give it, yeah, right. This time. I did see. I saw. I think 100 Thieves beat Mindfreak 250 to 92 in a hard point. So that's about as rough as it gets, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I think FaZe actually got blown out a couple maps
First
ago.
Map, yeah.
They got blown out
and
by
the
Straight
second
Rippin'.
map too, right?
Yeah, they are down 2-0 here. From
Yeah, Straight Rippin' is coming to straight dominant.
And everyone, this is of course on that Delta stream.
Straight Rippin' up 2-0. Shocking the world right now. I'll be honest, I was not expecting them to come out this hot against FaZe. This tournament has been so fun.
It's gonna really,
far, man.
It's really gonna mix up this pool if Straight finish this because Straight lost to who? Lightning Pandas.
Yeah,
Lightning Pandas in first right now.
Right.
Do you know how I feel bad for the guys who are doing like power rankings? At this point, it's like, who the hell goes where?
Everything's out the window.
Yeah, what does any of this mean anymore? But I feel Straight have got a long ways to go. I think this team is hot. I think they're gonna go. Deep in this tournament.
So hot right now.
They're so hot right now. I think, you know, you were calling this team as he was. You were calling them 6th to begin with. I am 100% down on that one. From yesterday's play, watch them through the playing bracket. Major Maniac is my new favorite player of all time.
He's really good.
He's taken the top spot
of all time.
Of all time, he's now. I mean, I'm fickle, man. I'm bad fickle. He is currently my #1.
Yeah, this team, I mean, they have a good roster. I actually like Mox a lot on this team. I think he brings a lot to the table. He's a really disciplined player, one of the most disciplined players I've ever played against. He rotates at like 35 seconds every hill. No matter what, he's always there, and he's consistent. So you know what you're going to get out of him every single game. And I think it allows the players like Nagaf and Havoc, Major Maniac to kind of do what they want on the map, which is why I think Straight Rippin' will be a pretty solid team.
What do you think about the addition of Methods to the FaZe team? They managed to stick together. One of the only teams to actually stick together through the offseason. What do you think about Methods?
I think Methods is good. I think he's a good player. I just think that the FaZe roster as a whole is just
I feel like they definitely needed him though, because like the AR roles was really lacking, at least from Priestess perspective. And then they had Crowder, which is now Crowder, which used to be Replays, but he used to run the main AR for them now. But now he switched to a SOG player, I'm pretty sure, and now he switched it to Methods is running the main AR. So
that's good for them.
Yeah.
Crowder, watching Crowder go picking up Subby just towards the end of World War II as well, like watching him do everything for that squad. I think it was Champ's first time I saw him playing with an SMG that year, and it was just nutty. I was like, this is a guy that can literally do everything. I think you're right about the addition to Methods. That's bringing a lot more consistency to the team. The role, like, and Methods in himself, like, I'm not sure where he belongs in the team right now. Like, he looked so good before he got to Optic. You put him on a line with Optic, he's having this identity crisis. He doesn't know what to do with himself, and he's just like, he fell apart. And that's such a skilled player. It's just sad seeing that. So I hope he finds his feet here on FaZe.
I feel like he is though, 100%, because with Chris, which is Crowder running a sub, he's one of the smartest players to ever play Call of Duty. So just for the simple fact that he's going to be pushing out lanes, knowing exactly when he needs to be cutting off at certain times, he's going to be doing really good at that role. And Mets is just going to be able to slay as he always does.
I mean, yeah, Crowder, he just makes his teammates comfortable, right? Like that's what he does for all these guys. And Methods is a reliable main AR. I think the inconsistencies of this team just come from Priest, Zuma, and Attach. Like one of them has to be just frying in order for usually this team has to outslay by a big margin to win respawns. Sometimes they like to make a lot of individual plays, but sometimes when they're on point, you know, they can roll through anybody. That's the thing that worries me about them though.
This is one of those on points. This is a steam rope, you ask me.
This is probably the biggest scoreline I've seen. I mean, 10+ wins on the kills in the kill department. I think it's the biggest I've seen so far. So this could be by the way this one's going, this could be, I think, the record here so far. At least on the main stages here in CWL Las Vegas.
And we do, of course, that Havoc's at what, about 9 and 20. Yes. We had some low numbers there.
That's not very good.
They just dominated.
That's not very good.
Domination.
They had 16 lives left.
That's big.
Right. All right, well, I do think it's time for us to head on over to Alpha, which will be Optic Gaming versus Splice, and the wonderful Ben and Chance taking it away.
Thank you very much, Katie. Of course, as we're looking at that Delta game, FaZe turning up a little bit there, trying to go, extend the series at least a little bit. We'll see if they'll be able to take it to Game 5 and try and shut down straight rip. But the game on main stage, Optic Gaming, Splice, Chance, these are two teams both in their pools, unbeaten so far.
It's the tune-up match, right? Like, I don't expect an open bracket team to really be able to beat either one of these guys. So this is purely just to figure out exactly how good they are, right? The best competition either one has faced so far on LAN, and now we kind of see where the cards fall. Because like a lot of pro teams, for example, have been talking up Splice, saying they're definitely top 4, top 2, like they are a phenomenal team. And now we get to see it. Put them up against Optic Gaming, the clear-cut favorite we have here at Vegas. And what can they bring to the table?
Well, Pac-Man has Splice in 5. We'll see if his prediction will come true. To your point, a lot of people have been saying, you know, don't underestimate Splice. They really are the real deal. But on the flip side of things, of course, Optic Gaming, without a doubt, coming in heavy tournament favorites. And it's going to be a hacienda hardpoint to start things off. And we're going to kick things off on board with Dashi. He's going to fall, but instantly Krim will find himself a double.
And then best start you could possibly have. You got your ICR in those power positions. He's just going to be a laser beam player trying to get up top all the way. But again, they're just going to walk into him. Temp, though, is going to take it to him. Of course, though, it is still going to be Optic inside the hill. Karma's going to be by himself. Tags a couple players up. Let's see if the help comes in inside the hill. Dash is looking for him. Can't find him yet.
And for me, this is one of those series where you need Jerd to really kind of have one of those series, right? One of those King Jerd-esque series, because you know he can do it. Man has so much talent. But speaking of talent, oh, that can't happen. For maybe a third. Not gonna find it, but so far for the first hill, Splice with a 3-point lead. Optic fighting for the scrap time, but this is where it's all about the rotations. And as you can see on that mini-map, keep your eyes on it. Number 5, TJ, looking to be a thorn in Splice's side.
And Splice did the right thing. They felt the pressure. They said, we can't even afford to put people in the back. We know we're spawning out. Deal with the guys up front, and we'll just try to take it from the other side. We have to give up a good spawn, so we'll see where the kills come in. You got Jerd watching this mid doorway cutting. So far, so good. He's gonna have Scump in front of him. The beatdowns are there, and this is a huge factor with Jerd in my mind. He is the single best beatdown player this past year, unequivocally in World War II. Now in this game, beatdowns are incredibly important. I'm keeping my eye on Jerd non-stop for that.
Well, currently 5 and 3 start for him. As it stands though, Splice with hill control, 28 seconds left, and Optic Gaming look as if they're gonna try one last push. TJ will find a pick on Jerd. He's gonna be traded out. Krim fighting from behind, but time is dwindling down here, and you can see already on the mini-map, Scump and Karma, number 1 and number 2, thinking about rotating over towards the next hill. They're going to have some pretty important gunfights here, which they're going to need to win if they want to stop the early bleeding.
And I just got to point out again, on that last hill, that was Splice that they didn't really win that rotation battle. They got to the hill, but they didn't have their spawns, and they fought it out from the right side. The situational awareness was perfect. Now, of course, it's Splice inside the hill early again, but now they're kind of trapped in. Crim6 is inside the hill. Karma's trying to lock down spawns. Optic, they're going to be going for the surge, and it looks like so far so good. Karma's going to get 3 on the way there, and now he's going to turn around. He knows they're spawning from the back, getting 4, letting it ride.
He's not done yet. There's number 5, backs away, waiting for the heal. Now, I mean, he's a 3-time world champ, right? He's feeling confident today. That's for sure. We've already seen him put up incredible figures in Respawn, and he is not slowing down here. Trying to bring Optic Gaming back into this one. As he drops back into the hardpoint. 2 players from Splice over to his left. Has to worry about, of course, maybe a push from above. Has the teammate support. It's going to be Scump. Armor just trying to stay alive, but Optic Gaming at least doing well to keep this hardpoint contested for as long as they have, but need to be careful of the team shots straight to the other side of the fence. Trying to put some damage down, but Karma's going to fly out. Bear in mind now, 175. Away from Streaks, popped over the fence, not able to find one more. That would have been big for Streaks for Optic Gaming.
And Splice, I'm pretty sure they knew. They sent every single person fighting for that 10 seconds to scrap. They wanted Karma to die, and well, they made it happen, but of course, because of that, Optic does win the rotations over toward next. They're trying to chip away at that lead, down by a little about 20 points, and there's a nice kill from Stumpy. Fights away from the beatdown. Gonna be able to find 2 as well. Optic holds strongs for a moment, but it looks like Splice is able to break through.
Waiting for that next wave of gunfights. You can see Optic Gaming setting up a pinch on the minimap. Aqua does well to find 1. He actually finds himself 2. Dashi trying to make something happen, but after the first wave of fights, as Optic try and break it, falls to TJ. Last man alive. Tempest has been invested here by Aqua. Nice snapshot onto TJ. He's going to want to heal up, though. Low health. He's earned himself 2 streaks for his efforts and could potentially earn his 3rd with a nice Tempest shot here. Is it going to chain Dashi? He's managed to find a 3-piece of his own. Still Karma with grab slam as well on the hill. 15 seconds left. Chaos ensues. But Optic Gaming, they're going to get the scrap time.
And that is just pure insanity. Dashi finding 3 through Tempest. The chain doesn't come in. I don't know how he does it, but he does. TJ picking up 3 as well. That's nice for him to start getting some momentum back in the game. A bit of a slow start coming out from him, but first set of rotations in. Splice has a lead, and you got to keep in mind they still have score streaks.
That's the key. Aqua with a tier 1, tier 2 streak was not able to find the 3rd, but Optic Gaming now getting some kills. Mac stringing them in quick succession. 40 seconds left on the first hill, and again, we'll keep our eyes on that rotation for the spawns. They have a ton of extra utility. Of course, Dashi's still with Tempest. Karma has War Machines. Scum, in fact, all of them basically, outside of Crim and TJ, who are both halfway through towards their specialists. So, if push comes to shove, we could see that maybe invested on this next rotation.
There has been a ton of games for Optic Gaming at Hardpoint where they start out a little bit slow. It seems like things are tough. They got to deal with some score streaks, and by the end of the game, they just win. They somehow pull it off. It happened earlier with the Pittsburgh Knights. We saw something similar. Splice isn't that kind of team, though. If you give them too much, they are going to put you down. So again, they have to heat up. Optic Gaming does. They have to try to turn things around, and Jared able to find 2, even if he does kind of kill himself there, but Optic Gaming inside the hill.
Oh, and keep in mind number 8 in the minimap there. I thought Jared was going to try and push all the way around the outside, because in fact, no, it's going to be Looney who's going to go for it because they invest the streak. Looney now trying to block the spawns. Will he get there in time? I don't think so, but he should be able to at least find 1, maybe 2, trying to put down some damage. Optic Gaming, though, they do have hill control. More streaks now invested by Aqua, but whilst the streaks are coming through, it's still Optic Gaming inside the hill.
And this is it. Splice, they have to get through. They invested so much. They got to contest. They got to do something. But now you got Carmen coming in from the backside. He's able to find 1. Has help for the second. Flying out towards water to get more. Now a War Machine. Everything is getting burned on this Lamborghini hill. And Splice, they're here, but they're struggling. It's not clear cut at all. 20 seconds left. Still just fighting for this scrap.
No, Karma still with grab slam. 18 seconds. Hardpoint still going to be contested. 121. 108, but when push comes to shove, Splice invests 2 streaks. They invest specialists as well, and Optic walk away with the majority of hill time, and now it looks as well they may have the rotation here defenses.
And that's just how it happens, man. Optic, they're so good. They can deal with the pain, and you saw Looney. He was so close to blocking those spawns as well. He wasn't quite in position, and timing ever so slightly off, and potentially costly. Now Karma surging forward, only able to find 1, so Splice with the pressure from up top right now, overwhelming Optic Gaming, keeping them pinned down and back 10. But you see, 1 player is able to contest. Turns out this is apparently the contest heavy hill,
right? Who knew? 38 seconds left on the hill. Once again, Jared looking for any kind of angle, somehow gets away with his life. Dashi will make him pay. Really trying to slide in, but Dashi again with another kill. Ted may have to just back away from this one for now. Wait for maybe a little bit of teammate support to come through. Decides he wants to go for the challenge. And Dashi, that's 3 kills on the hill for him. He's working towards streaks. Can he find 1 more? No, he can't. Actually, cuts him down.
And look, everyone knows Dash is a freak. Leading the lobby in kills, the man is sitting at 28. But the counterpart on the Splice side of things is Aqua, a man who at times is an absolute god. Even last year, when he had maybe a lackluster year overall, you'd say, still, his S&D game was disgusting. His respawn was still very, very good. Expect him to try to heat things up.
2.5 minutes remain in the game. 155, 134. We go to the final hill of the second rotation. You see Karma trying to get inside, trying to contest. Splice, they have the early setup here. They're going to nullify that early lead, or the late lead, I should say, as you see the War Machine invested. That's not going to be too much use for Optic Gaming. Looney with a double, Temp with 1 as well. All of a sudden, the lead Optic Gaming were able to get is going to disappear.
This is just good old gunfights on gunfights. The speed is insane. The accuracy is as good as it gets. Again, 2 top teams in the game absolutely going at it. But Splice has a very nice hill. Again, they did get through that War Machine to no avail. Looney sitting inside the hills having a pretty solid game as well at 27 kills. But Optic Gaming going full force, sliding back in. 3 in the hill. They're going to get the wipe, looking for that final 15 seconds.
Yeah, they did not want to give up that scrap time. And once again, Optic Gaming will go back into the lead. The final 8 seconds belongs to them. Now it's all about that mid-neutral hill. We will walk away with the spawns as well to second. We've seen that have a big influence. Dashi has himself a Tempest Tempest, you're probably not going to see him invest it yet, unless maybe he gets super close to streaks and wants to try and secure them. But this mid-neutral hill, it's been pretty heavily contested so far throughout this game. In the first couple of rotations, it's probably going to be the same. Vision Pulse also invested.
And I wonder if they're going to try to combo it or not. Again, you have the Tempest, you got to think about it, but they might not need it. That's 3 in the kill feed down in their favor. And your accuracy, what can you do? You're just stuck in the corner. They know exactly where you are. Looney's trying to flank, but TJ's going to be looking for him. They know where he is, and finally Dashy falls. But this entire time, Optic has been in the hill, and now Spice is able to break through that scrape. But again, the rotation not there. Dashy already trying to lock it down in the backside of the map. Spice is here for what, 22, 23 seconds?
Yeah, someone from Splice now needs to make the heads-up play to go for spawns, because number 4, that's going to be Krim. He's spawned out over towards Fences, and Temp actually spawns a little deeper up at Fences, so it basically comes down to him. Temp has to make the play here for Splice. Finds one. Can he shut down TJ as well? Not going to happen. Looney's already rotated into the new hill. However, Karma's able to trade him out, so still, Temp has to try and make this play for Splice. The original time or the scrap time doesn't mean much. Karma's there. Jerd for the trade. No spawns coming through just yet. It's back and forth. Split spawns actually for Splice, but somehow they're in the hill.
And you got a Tempest for both sides. You also have the War Machine in the hands of Temp, and there goes one. That Tempest is down. He's out of the game for the moment. Now it's Optic Gaming inside the hill. The War Machine from Temp is going to get called in. He's able to find one. It's going to be Splice in the hill, but players are everywhere. You got Optic blocking spawns. They're surging from the front. It's chaos.
Scump made the play. Scump made the play. He went around the outside, and now Optic Gaming spawning in. They're desperately trying to get in towards the garage. 25 seconds left. Splice will be able to take the lead, but they have to slay out. The contest is going to come through. Temp close corner. Can he do anything? No, he can't. Krim slide through. He finds the pick. The 17 seconds in point, but no, it's Karma. He's already in the new hill, ready and waiting. A fantastic early rotation from him. This could well give Optic Gaming the advantage as we rotate.
It's going to be a virtually tied game. Keep in mind, Dashy with the Tempest. A couple players are getting close to his specials as well. You look at Jerd, you look at Karma, both with the gravity slants at their disposal, but 3-point game. Optic in control early on. When you call it in, when you get the kills, Dashy in the hill is able to find one.
It's going to be Dashy. It's going to be the Tempest play. Of course it is. The young player finds one. That's Temp that goes down. Dashy looking for more, trying to become a hero for the green wall here in map number 1. Players from Splice desperately getting over towards the hill. It's going to be contested for now. Dashy's still the key component here for Optic Gaming success. Can he find anything else? No, he can't. It's Jerd, the player that you highlighted, finds 2. Jerd looking for 3. He's going to be shut down. 223. 220, Optic Gaming with control.
And Karma off the flank, he was able to get in the hill. It's Optic in control. Now Spice has to surge, and they don't have too much time. There's one player on the flank. It's going to be Looney trying to make the play. He's able to find one, and now Optic, they got to look everywhere. Looney, I think, was able to find 2. Now the players surging in from the front. It's chaos. 17 seconds left. Optic Gaming cannot win here. They have to rotate Spice inside the hill.
Gotta rotate. Number 7, who is that? It's Temp once again. And he has to now make the play for Splice for the second time in a row. And look at him trying to be sneaky. Only a nade in his hand. He's going to shut down TJ. Is there anyone else there for Optic Gaming? Throws out the nade. All of a sudden, Splice, they're about to take the lead. But grab stun from Karma. He shuts down Temp. Traded from Aqua. Looney there to help. Splice about to take the lead.
You get one good break if you're Optic. You're going to flood from the front. One player pinching from mid. It's going to be Scump, but you got to make your move, and you got to do it simultaneously. There's the opening break. Scump able to find 2. Now it's going to be Jerd on the flank. He's going to get taken down, and Optic are through. 13 seconds left, and this game is there.
Oh, you don't have time for Splice. You just got to try and fly the hill. Someone has to try and touch it. It's going to be number 10. It's going to come down to Aqua. 2:45. Aqua has to try and make the play. Time is of the essence. Jerd is going to fall. In flies. Aqua finds one. Traded out. Optic Gaming. Can they do it? He will fall. And a crazy game 1 hard point falls to Optic Gaming. But one thing is for sure, you called it, Chance. You said you expected this to be close, and that does not disappoint.
If that is any indication of how this series is going to play out, I'm cool with that, man.
I'm good too.
That was a ton of fun, man. Oh my God.
The specialist usages from both teams, insane. The chaos. I want to give Karma a ton of love as well for his rotation battles that you saw him have as he rotates towards fences. Huge. Just overall, that was just a ton of fun.
I don't even know where to begin. I mean, you talk about it being a barn burner by the end. We saw some cool things from Spice, like on the Lambo Hill. They give up the back spawns. They still hold it. You have the moment where they burn what? A Hellstorm, a Lightning Hill. And then, it's at some point, a lot of teams get the lead on Optic in the hard point. It just seems like there's a certain moment in the game, they flip a switch. They kick it up a notch. Someone makes the big play, the pinch comes in, the teamwork, whatever it is, they have that extra on day one.
On day one. But just a quick glance at the scoreboard. I saw Dashy there, 7,600 damage.
That's a lot of damage, by the way.
Temp 7,400. A player which we didn't really talk too much about. He held his own heavily there. But whilst we wait for map number 2 to load up, we've been very active on social. And we asked you guys at home a question. Who do you think had the best roster move coming into Vegas? And of course, Black Ops 4. We'll see some of your answers here on the screen. Some of the best roster moves. Gunless to LG. This man was shooting lasers last year, and he seems even better on this LG squad.
It's kind of a direct answer. You say, who is the best player in World War II? It's like him or Kenny. If you want to go with Gunless, that's fine. So yeah, that's the best trade. So I think that is a perfectly rational and reasonable answer. Cool with that.
He looks fantastic as well.
He does.
Like some of the plays he's already made for LG have been tier 1. Shooting lasers last year, shooting lasers this year. Here's another one though. Hashtag CWL PS4 United, adding a veteran in Jacob and a youngster in Abyss. Both a big improvement if they can keep the slaying up. And it's worth mentioning, not only is Jacob a veteran, he's also a world champ teaming with Clayster back in the Advanced Warfare days. So you bring that back together in Abyss. I mean, what a talent he is.
I mean, JCap is in the category if you thought he was undroppable. Like, he's that good. He always has been. And I think picking him up with Abyss makes perfect sense. You get the one veteran, you get the one crackhead, all your bases are covered.
And then the final one, Dashi. It doesn't even guy is a unit. Yeah, he is. He's pretty good at video games.
I mean, I would disagree, but it's day one, and he has a montage reel like at his disposal. How many like 180 turns on has he already had on day one? So yeah, I would also say that is a very good answer.
Yeah, get the Twitch clips, add some dubstep over the top, and you basically have yourself a Dashi montage from day one here at CWL Vegas. But to the point you made, you know, if that's any indication now as how the rest of this series is going to go, we could be in for a roller coaster of a ride. I mean, now as we head over towards a search and destroy, it's going to be Gridlock, then potentially a Seaside Hardpoint payload search and destroy, a Gridlock game 3 as well. I just want to see this go at least to a game 4. At least give us a Seaside Hardpoint.
I'm cool. Dude, however long these guys want to go at it, that is perfectly fine with me. If it's I'll take a 3-0 if it's games like that. As long as we have that caliber of competition, I'm perfectly cool. Because already in my mind, like, we were concerned potentially about Splice and Hardpoint. Like, how do they look? I think they look great.
They look really good.
You got Temp dropping 7,400 damage, flying under the radar while doing it. So, again, both of these rosters are absolutely stacked.
And I do want to point out as well that little tidbit there about Temp, 7,400 damage. But the way he got that damage as well was crucial. It wasn't just pointless gunfights. Some of those gunfights on rotation were massive in influencing the spawns in Splice's favor. It's what kept that series as close as it did. But when push came to shove, up to gaming, they do take map number 1. They have the advantage in the series, and they look fantastic so far today. They have not dropped a map so far on Black Ops 4 Online.
But see, here's the thing about S&D. It's always been a problem for Optic Gaming, and you know, maybe not a huge problem at times, but it's definitely been their weakest game mode. Who do they pick up? Dashi and TJ Halley, who are 2 of the best S&D players in the world.
I know.
Two best. Yeah, it's those 2 guys. Like, they're freakishly good. So I think that's another factor when you talk about the roster changes. Optic Gaming identified their weaknesses, made the best possible improvements to the same thing. And of course, on the flip side, Splice, disgusting S&D players in the well. Accuracy had a phenomenal year last year in Search. Same thing with Aka. So heavy hitters on both sides. You talk about heavy hits, you got to talk about hit markers. Not quite enough damage. You only get 140.
Dashi. Mole have spotted that early in the round, but first blood's going to come. And it's Karma that's just kind of afterward. The trade's almost instant now. TJ there to find a pick up for Looney, so advantage to gaming numerically, at least for now. 60 seconds still in the round, and it's a 4v3.
Jared by himself trying to make a big play. The pinch is going to be there, but someone's got to go off. They definitely know he's back here. Jared, he's able to find one, and now this is confusion time for Optic Gaming. You surge forward, you're worried about both sides. Accuracy is able to find a pick, and all of a sudden it's a 3v2. You don't have the advantage. Finally, they stop Jared, but it's going to be a 1v2. Can Crim6 clutch? We know he can, but what's he going to do? Both players near him. He's got a SOG at his disposal, and he's just going to sneak by one. It's perfect gunfight. They didn't get tagged up at all. Oh, no, he's not on bomb.
Bring around the Rosie. 10 finds a pick. Plenty of time. He's going to pick up that defuse at 2-0. He's going to grab the defuse. There it is. Better late than never. And of course, we'll be working towards some streaks too.
That's a very good round from Splice. And again, you got to give credit to Jared in that situation. I was very concerned when he didn't get that original kill on Dashi. I was thinking, oh man, that sucks. Because now they know he's behind. It's going to be difficult, but he's able to get a pretty nasty kill on TJ Halley. Of course, we'll talk about S&D players. Jared obviously has to be in that conversation at some point, but yeah, a very solid opening round.
And there's that play once again. Our best play of the map so far.
Nicely done from Jordan. To your point, getting that kill opens up the map. The chaos ensues inside the site. Splice simply able to out-trade. Trim does make it a 1v1. Well, Temp wins the gunfight. Now, head over to round 2. I'm curious to see if Dashy will keep that sniper rifle out. Will anyone from Splice try and challenge him? That's the big question. There's some pretty talented snipers on that side of the table as well. Aha! There you go. It's going to be Looney.
He's going to pull it out, see if he can make anything happen. And Dashy, I don't know if he saw that he was a sniper, but he definitely didn't want to peek. And of course, now Looney gives him the clearance. You guys can surge forward, get control, and control they have. Jared is very aggressive right now.
That's himself in such a good position. No dead silence, though. Maybe heard by Optic Gaming. Scump goes down the stairs. Jared should have that information. One more goes up the stairs. He doesn't have that information now. Has a grapple to play with Optic Gaming down to just 2 men. 4v2. Mid-map, Actor shuts down Dashy. 4v1. Scump has to make the play. Makes it a 1v3. Tagged up from the left. Not going to be able to heal just yet. And the challenge comes through from Jared. And you kind of touched on it a little bit. Jared's map positioning from almost the beginning of that round. As soon as they recognize there's no presence at B, he flew at Optic Gaming.
I mean, and he was in the best possible spot to trade out any kills. And his teammates were like, we don't need you. Like, we appreciate what you're doing for the team right now, but like, we got this. Like, you have fun. We will just get you to round 3. And again, that's a fairly dominant round overall for Spicy Says. Yeah, going up 2-0, feeling pretty good so far.
Of course, there's Accuracy. Had a phenomenal year last year. And talented Search and Destroy. Had a couple of 1v4s as well. Maybe he could try and get himself a 1v5 this year. I just can't wait to see what's going to happen at some point. But oh no. No. Jared with 1, Dashy with 2, Dashy looking for 3, Nade's gonna be thrown out, Dashy goes down to 29 health. Holy God, what is that? He's still alive! The 2-player, no, stop it.
Oh dude, thank God for 10th if you're a Splice fan, because that was about to get real rough. I want to know what that does to the mentality when you know you have a guy dead to rights. You get 3 or 4 bullets into him and all of a sudden you're just dead.
I don't think it does wonders for your confidence, Chance. I'm gonna be honest.
It's insane sometimes. It's just...
He's being shot in the back, he's being shot in the front, and Dashy still survives, but it doesn't matter.
It almost does the same thing to Temp too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Temp though able to find a pick and Splice with the advantage on the search 3-0 here. This is a convincing search so far from what we've seen from Splice, outside of maybe a miracle round there from Dashy.
I was gonna say, like, it's disgusting stuff, but like, does it make a difference? No, absolutely not so far. Pulls out the sniper, he's gonna whiff on 1. He saw at least 3, if not all of them cross, so he's feeling the pressure, but he's going up top straight away, looking for more, trying to make some magic happen, but he's gonna get taken down from the window and Splice just like that. They get 3 kills, only 1 dies for it. Of course, TJ on the flank is gonna be causing problems, so a doable thing, doable clutch right here.
2v2 now, someone's able to find Aqua, and TJ's somehow managed to escape. At least buying some time. Looney shuts down Scump. Now they know exactly where TJ is. It's a 2v1. TJ really should be dead to rights here. And if you're Looney, you don't even need to chase. Wait for your teammate to put that bomb down. Force TJ to come back to you. That's going to be the game plan. Temp wisely backs away. They plant the bomb. Have good info on where TJ is going to come from.
So we got to take a look at the setup because, of course, a cluster nade's there. They know where TJ last was, but they might be worried about the wrap, of course. Not more, they have the information. 1 player on top, 1 player in the 18. They're going to be looking over top, and Temp, he just calls in the war machine to get the secure. And that's bold, but hey, you got the round win. You're up 4-0. Is that a bold use in a 2v1? Yes. Does it work? Yes.
You're in it. You're in a 2v1, right? You should be winning your 2v1s just by trading, if anything. But what I will say is now you have such a big cushion, right? 4-0, the lead here for Splice, not giving Optic any chance to breathe here in search.
I was going to say, like, I've seen TJ get enough clutches, just put him down, you know where he is, put him down, give him no wiggle room, because you saw the read TJ made. He knew he was up there with the pre-fire, might have had it in a straight-up gunfight. Who knows? So up 4-0, Splice again in a great spot.
Better safe than sorry. That's going to be Temp's thinking there. Going now into round 5, first blood, second blood for Optic Gaming. They also have a third, so it's a 5 versus 2. Temp will fall. Now it's down to accuracy. I said, hey, it'd be great if you got a 1v5. Not even going to happen this round. Doesn't even find the first pick. Optic Gaming respond. They get that first round win here in the Search and Destroy.
And that's kind of the, I don't know what like the right way to phrase it would be. It's the risk you take on this map when you ever have someone watch B, because if you leave accuracy over at the B site and Optic Gaming 5 floods over an A, you're automatically working at a man disadvantage. You stack it, you're playing lives. Sometimes it can go your way, but obviously it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you. And that's Optic Gaming just trying to run them over through showers.
And it works out in that time. Splice still with the 4-1 advantage though. And we'll take a glance at the specialists available. Of course, we saw Temp use the War Machine. Aqua was about 50% towards the Tempest. Really nothing else to work with on the supply side. Dashy close to his Tempest, and TJ halfway towards a War Machine. So, I mean, really, you look at the investment of the War Machine, right? And it's kind of worth it. It is kind of worth it. TJ's halfway through. And for Temp, he's about a third, so it's not exactly too far away, but in terms of this round, first blood already for Jared. Dashy responds with a double, looking for more, not going to be able to get it. Temp throws out the nade, now a 3v2 in favor of Splice.
And Temp's going off, he's able to find 2. Keep in mind, he has 9 kills to his name. Crimson already last man standing. They line up though, and that's an instant 1v1. Accuracy versus Crim. And that was a very short-lived accuracy, just going to put him in the dirt. And Splice looking clean in S&D.
I mean, they allowed Crim to make that a 1v1, which was a little scary, but yes, happens. 5-1, accuracy's there, he closes the round out, but props to Temp. I think we have to give him a lot of love for what he's been able to do so far in this Search and Destroy, putting up big numbers, a key factor. So why Splice running away? Not like a better way of saying it, really, running away with game 2.
We'll see if they can let it ride, because again, not nearly as big a lead they had in the hard point, but they did, you know, a little bit got away from potentially. So you definitely want to make sure you shut him down. And if anyone's going to do it again, Temp 10 kills leading the lobby. Of course, Dashy not too far behind, but now he's got a Tempest. You might just need to use it early, because now he's going to die. His teammates need a clutch so he doesn't waste it. There's a lot of pressure mid-map.
Looney 1-6 with that death. Armor also 1-6 with that death as well. However, Accuracy able to trade one out. 2v1. Do they know where Crim is? It's been in a couple of these clutch situations so far. They get the information. They have the knowledge on where Crim is. They also know they have one down as well mid-map. This is a bit of a pickle for Crim, but he finds one pre-fire. Jared actually connects with a hit marker. 1v1.
I don't think Jared knows that he does have that bomb down.
You don't think?
I mean, he just ran away from it.
And he's scared of it.
He's going fast flank. Crim is playing slow.
I think Jared is seeing he's going to rotate through the A site, but Crim, 30 seconds left in the round. Really has to try and get a read on how he thinks Jared's going to play this. Jared wrapping. He went through the A site, of course, so he knows there's nothing there. Crim playing time. High risk.
He's going for the hard read right here. Oh my God, I have no idea if you saw him, but he should be able to get the bomb down because Jared, he just dips. He gets completely out, so this is as true of a 1v1 as you're gonna see. And it looks like Crim 6 did spot him because he went and cleared this out, and now if he clears it out enough, he's gonna say, okay, I know Jared's not here. I wanna go for the flank. Do I wanna just turn around? And they're just playing Ring Around the Rosie.
You feel like that's one of those where his teammate spots him and calls it out, and Crim just trusts in the call out more so than anything else, but still 1v1, 25 seconds left. Crim.
He heard him.
Versus Jared. Challenges Crim with the pick. It's Jared with the beatdown to keep Optic Gaming alive in map 2. And how many times can you think historically where Crim has done just that? Clutched up big.
Okay, he was going to check the bomb. He heard Jared 100%. I don't know who's got that. What's like great hearing? I don't know what a good like metaphor.
Really good hearing.
He has really good hearing, man. Someone on that team, volume cranked up to the max. Either that or he just made the best read possible. That is a obviously necessary round for Optic Gaming.
Yeah, most definitely Jared a little upset with that, but still plenty of round cushion here. The issue, you do have a couple of specialists for Optic Gaming, which honestly, you may want to just invest early, right? Especially considering how close Crim is to streaks. If you pop your vision pulse, potentially you can try and get towards that lightning strike.
Do you remember that round where they left the player over by B and got ran over to A? This is the opposite sort of strategy where you completely give one up. The reason you can do that is because you have vision pulse, you have all the information. Splice is like, oh, we're probably going to need to back up before we get picked. And Aqua actually is able to find that first blood despite the fact that
Bear in mind streaks. Bear in mind how close Crim is actually going to get to streaks. I believe he's just 50 points away. A pick will do it. He may have to invest the streak straight away, trying to back away, scrambling for his life.
You don't have to do it. But Karma's on the flank, by the way. The pings are going to come in. They have no idea Karma's behind here. They know they're all going to be inside. They have to know that these players are inside, and they know one player is going to be on the team flank as well. It's up to Karma. He's going to find one. There's more. Now those players are just trapped inside, but Jared is on the flank of all flanks, and him and Crim are looking for each other. They just had the earlier one. Karma, though, still behind the 18, but Looney's able to get behind him somehow. All of a sudden, it's Karma for the 1v3. He's just going to get dropped. The lightning strike did not matter. The vision pulse did not matter. Splice and S&D are looking clean.
You know, a couple of maybe small mistakes there from Splice, but you can't nitpick too much. because overall that was a dominating map number 2, and we were talking about Optic Gaming and Search and Destroy. It's traditionally been their woes. Well, right there, it didn't really show. You know, picking up 2 of the titans of Search and Destroy.
I mean, Dashy still dropped a lot of kills. Like, he was keeping up with them. There were just so many rounds where everyone was dying around him, and Dashy's the last one standing, but we're tied 1-1 right now. We're gonna have a phenomenal series on our hands, Ben. You guys better not go anywhere, because when we come back, we have control on Gridlock.
いい試合です。すごいな。
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to CWL Vegas. It's day 1, and we've already had some fantastic games. And gents, this one on main stage, not this Search and Destroy, where Splice just steamrolled through the green wall. And that now takes us to this game 3 control.
And obviously,